And lo and behold, what else should it be that I am graced with you know, after the end of that unusually long 7-minute loop of the Dance of Sadness from Portrait of Ruin. Thing that I keep on meaning to replace with a shorter loop but never end up doing. I end up instead getting this song on the Xenoblade and the stream playlist, which is from, you know, the other Xenoblade game that I played blind on stream, but it's time to remember to the one Xenoblade game that I have played blind on stream, but with any luck will be joined by the final one which can fit that description sometime in the future. But for now, yes, I am here. Hello, hello, and welcome to whosoever may be receiving this message. And it's time for me to do a quick impromptu, well, I say quick, he'll probably be, I don't know, about 3 hours or something like that. Stream of me trying to get through as much of this bonus episode from the Xenoblade Switch version as possible. Which I suppose I shall try to initiate by actually starting up the Switch stuff on the capture card. Making that visible. Let's see precisely how that goes. There we go. But yes, happy Father's Day, everyone. Hello, /Phi, welcome in. Nice to see you here. And, oh yeah, I guess we're not gonna switch to this screen this time. We're gonna switch to this screen, which I don't need to resize because I need to change the freaking resolution to be the correct one after, I guess, this one. Maybe? This is out of range. Because I was using the other custom 4x3 resolution to make it fit with the output image from Paper Mario, but right now I guess I figure this out. Hold on. What if I go instead of this? We'll go with, I don't know, device default. What does that do? No signal. That's unfortunate. Oh wait, there's no signal because this thing actually ended up switching off. This might help. There we go. Okay, never mind. That was actually not entirely the fault of the thing that I thought it was the fault of, so I'm gonna go ahead and activate the transparent GIF up here and just restart it one more time real quick so I can ensure that the... Oh yeah, that's right, I was actually playing it last night, I think. Ended up getting too sleepy, so I just kind of stopped in the middle of gameplay. I've been playing through the regular vanilla game of Xenoblade here, as you can kind of tell, but... Yeah, but for extraneous reasons, I guess I'm gonna fade out this song, so I can... Also remember to turn the volume up on the capture card again, because that's something else that I forgot that I had changed, so that I could some other stuff while I was... Let's see, it's 36, 8... Now what is it? There we go. That should be the correct. Fine, still playing Dwarf Fortress, finally making progress. That's nice to hear. I have only very marginal knowledge of Dwarf Fortress, but isn't it like an entirely like ASCII-based thing where it actually takes some pretty crazy knowledge to be able to do anything in that? I think in my extremely marginal knowledge of that game that I've had, I think that's pretty much my perception so far, but let's see. I'm pretty sure that we did notice this in the little, well, I say little, dropping for my longest streams. The initial sort of first impressions stream of this game that I did, where I ended up playing a lot of the vanilla game, but seemingly you can, as a matter of fact, start this at any time. Play the extra story. I don't know if this is gonna have like a separate save or what, but I guess we'll find out. Check this too. Yeah, reload this. It gives you to like, brings you to like a different title screen, I guess. There we go. pressing the button and see precisely what this looks like, Future Connected. So, yeah, I guess this is probably gonna have a separate kind of a save a location or something. Well, my knowledge of this particular bonus episode is also pretty marginal, at least up to this point, but well, I hope that pretty much everything that all the settings that I have on here are gonna be the same as I have for the main game. I'm gonna go with faith in that. Event theater. It's gonna take me to the is a separate event? No, never mind. So the event theater page is the same base page for both vanilla story and this, but obviously we haven't done any of this, so we don't have any of that yet, so let's just go ahead and start a new game and see what we got. Not sure if this takes place like before the main story or after the main story, but I guess it would make more sense based on the setting for it to be before. Only very marginally heard of this. A few things about this, is like the...
We use our power to fell a god, and then
What do you call it? Well, the reveal trailers for this version of the game, basically. And I guess right off the bat they show you scenes from the final battle of the vanilla game.
God's existence, born from the chaos of creation. It is vanishing.
So I guess it sure is a good thing that I already know all about that.
I wasn't looking at anything in particular.
And I'm pretty sure this is from the ending, so I guess I'm forced to assume that at this point we...
Thinking about the future that awaits us all.
It's a pretty safe bet to say that this does this after the story and not before. 1 year later, alright. What did happen after... I guess they found a different world? Even though I guess to some extent the old worlds are still kind of hanging around, yeah, like at the end of Final Fantasy 13 or whatever.
All right, I'm on my way.
That voice sounds different. Because the Telethia is still around, even though the Bionis is pretty much dead at this point, or at least I would imagine that it is. All dead, even though all these things are still living on it. I guess I can bring it up again. It feels kind of weird comparing stuff to, like particularly from this game to like Final Fantasy 13, but I do share the pretty well established opinion that Final Fantasy 13 is not like the greatest, but I don't know, there's just a few things, or I guess I should say a good number of things that seem comparable between this and that. The aesthetics and the whole thing with like the world ending, but
Guess we're still in one piece.
basically finding a way to carry on even after that in the
in the world was that?
I guess in the aftermath of the plot.
So quickly that I didn't get a good look myself. I saw some flickering around the capital. Then suddenly, a black beam.
A black beam? Some new defensive measure, perhaps.
New defensive measure from what?
Jumps. Can it fly?
Some components sustained heavy damage. It won't budge until we can swap them out.
Right.
It's fine. They're not particularly rare parts. They'll have them in Alchemoth.
You make it sound very simple. Remember, we are still very much in the dark here.
Good thing I came prepared. We'll probably be needing this.
Sister Bond, watch out on right! I take care of it. Kino handle left side. Gotcha!
Those voices.
Are those?
Well, if you couldn't tell from the very distinctive vernacular.
It's Kino and Nene.
Who?
What are they doing here?
Shulk, we must help them.
Of course.
There's one character in video games I can remember that is named Mene, and that's not this. But, oh boy, elements of this adventure are very different from the adventures so far. Let's learn what the new mechanics are gonna be, I guess. With chain attacks, you will unlock an all-new system for performing all-out attacks. Again, I remember one game that has something called all-out attacks, and that's not this. There's, however, another very anime JRPG that I never finished playing, but I think I did play it on this channel very briefly. Several years ago, but will still require a segment of the gauge to revive fallen allies. Shulk has lost his power to see visions, even though he has his fake as Monado, which I guess shouldn't matter because I'm pretty sure that we established throughout the whole plot of the vanilla game that the Monado is like a symbolic thing. And it's not actually tied to anything, but I guess that's just gone now. Allies will battle in ways not present before. The skill tree system is no longer present. Oh boy, alright. So, I guess this was Junks too, that's something that I didn't really take notice of before. I thought this was gonna be one of the generic high-end tier ships, but apparently it's Junks the Machina ship, which I failed to recognize. Oh, hey Redbird, how's it going? Welcome to... I probably fumble around a lot in this bonus episode and also probably try very hard to try and figure out whether or not the English voice actors for these characters are the same. Still, I guess I'm pretty sure that English voice actor for Melia would be Jenna Coleman. Can't really think of any reason why she wouldn't reprise her role for this, but it sounds pretty different from what I've seen so far. I guess makes sense to some degree, because I'm pretty sure she was really young when she did the voice of Melia for the origin of this, but I'm not sure about the others. I guess we've only heard Shulk so far, but he doesn't sound that different. I'm not sure who that actor is. Been streamed this a few times and he loves doing the voices. Oh boy, I haven't watched his Xenoblade streams when he just randomly talks about the Monado now. Well, as if you do... Well, I mean, I think, Redbird, you were around for a good bit of an I streamed the version of this game, so you can probably at least kind of understand why talking about the Monado is something that you would probably want to do, or you would be compelled to do a fair bit after playing enough of this game. And hearing the stellar voice acting in the English version. But I guess we're getting out of the water now and actually going to wherever the plot is. I don't really want to screw around too much, to be honest with you, but how could I possibly say no to uncovering as much of the map as possible, even though, you know, having already finished the vanilla game in the past, I over level 60. There you go. I already know that finding all the locations and all the landmarks like automatically unlocks the rest of the map for you, but let's check the arts and maybe just maybe set this up to be a little bit closer to how it would look like in the current vanilla game setup that I have. Chill damage is reduces ether damage. That's there it is for physical damage and this for ether damage. I get the feeling that the earth one would a practical one, but what about Shulk? I'm not sure that Shulk is not gonna have any different arts, yeah. And yet all his arts are only up to level 5, that's a bit arbitrary. And it shouldn't be that surprising, but it looks like ops can take place right now, so I guess we're gonna keep Nelia in the lead for now. But we're gonna change the settings here a little bit. Let's see, Mind Blast over here. I think we might actually switch out Burst Stand, which I do have in my normal setup for else. Reflection. I should probably try that out. There's a guinea pig here, let's see. And we're gonna have some copy. And none of these we're gonna have, I don't know, summon bolt and those summon. Yes, summon. The ice. Let's give that a try. That's different from my normal setup, but what about their equipment? Do they have any equipment that I can change? Apparently not. That makes sense. Rex Hood, oh boy. Might be getting a little bit ahead of ourselves there, but let's try killing this crab. See what happens. I don't know. I probably should have. Oh boy, there's a new battle theme. That's exciting. It's freaking 3 low times for these spirits are abysmal, though I did not take that into consideration. I guess it doesn't matter though. Right. Off to a good start we are. Shoot. Well, this is why it's a good thing that we from a distance. Screw it up, let's just do it again. Oh. Guess we do need to be a little bit closer to the enemies to actually be able to pop the spirits here. Let's see. I feel like these crabs and these well, there we go. These crabs and these burbs and pretty much everything that I'm seeing so far is equivalent to some of the weaker enemies that you've seen, like Colony 6 even. Oh boy. At a higher level enemy. What is this red thing sticking out of the ground? No idea, but apparently we can't interact with it yet, so... But why don't we go ahead and make our way over here to the actual plot for now. I think that we're intended to, you know, actually go and see what's going on right away. Go ahead and do that. What kind of intrigues will we have to deal with this time? Are those wolves? I feel like those might be the wolf models, even though... Totally remember the okay, yeah. Big blue furred one. For sure is the only one that I think, yeah, that's a wolf. I really paid that much attention to the detail in their models. Alright, here we go. Only this time we have actual Nopon party members, which were apparently known to us, even though I'm pretty sure these Nopon are nowhere to be seen in the game. You know, on underleveled. Well, what are their arts? Oh god. Alright, time to slowly evaluate this. So, this one's a healer, I take it. It's the Sharla replacement. And that's like, but sure these are literally just fucking Sharla's arts, but with different names. So this is the Sharla. What about this one? Rhine replacement. I did see that one talking about not while down, and can we level up anything? No, we have 0 AP for both of them. What about their talent arts? This actually says uses the feeling of panic from overusing art, so it's the same as the freaking. It's literally just Sharla and Rhine with different names. Right, let's bring in the Rhine replacement, I guess, so we can have an actual tank, aggro tank. Just we'll leave it at that. Alright, let's back with this. With this, pop one of those, and also summon the Temple already started, even though I think it's really overkill at this point. Like Wolf, yeah, definitely like Wolf before. And the Bionic legs are the core plane, so pretty early game, even though these ones are considerably higher levels than the one should be. Right, summon this and this. Oh, never mind, it's dead already. Sure, they didn't need our help, but
Job is good one, Kino.
That was amazing, you two. It was like seeing Rhine and Sharla fighting together again.
Just so.
I mean, there's no reason why they wouldn't make it,
children are
is
here
there?
from Ricky's household.
They're fucking Ricky's kids. That would explain why we know them.
Very, very sorry. Kino, not so good with strangers.
Oh, really? Most interesting.
Please do not take personally.
If we stay here, there is a risk of another attack. We should move to a safer location.
Very well. Is this acceptable?
Plenty acceptable.
Right. Let's go. This place looks promising. We can take a break here.
So tell us, what were you two doing out there? Rather, how did you even get here at all?
About that.
Melia, I think these two must have come on the junks.
What?
They would do that. Why? I mean, I'm not really sure. I guess I can understand why they would like do expeditions into the ruins of the Bionis, but
Are you quite sure, Shulk?
When you consider their relative positions, I think it's quite credible.
The capital, on the Bionis shoulder.
So,
Ah. So that is where the junks comes in then. I appreciate it. But even though we won peace with Zanz's defeat, the rebuilding continues. Much remains to be done.
I realize that. And I also know that you've been putting in every effort.
So why then?
If the capital is on the shoulder, there are people there. I thought you'd want to go.
Shulk. That's...
We could be there and back in less than half a day.
I mean, would there be people there? I mean, wouldn't they all have been rescued? The ones that didn't turn into Telethia, wouldn't they all have been rescued as part of the side quests in Vanilla Xenoblade? I would have thought that doing all those things would be canon by this point. Guess we're pretending that it isn't.
Kino, maybe better to explain. Mama, we're just on a little stroll when we suddenly hear voices. Now, Kino. Nene watch Kino with eyes of Rogel. Kino, follow Mr. Shop from behind and do some sneak peekings. Mama, Sister Pon followed Kino and sneak peek on too. Meh.
So you stowed away like I thought. But what for?
Kino always look up to Dedapon. Want to become mighty Heropon too.
I'm certain Ricky would be most proud. But how did that lead to you boarding our vessel?
He see opportunity to help people who in trouble.
Oh man.
Can become friends with people everywhere. Mighty Heropon make friends with every toe step. Or so Dedapon say, at least.
I see. That does explain things.
Many sorries. It's not fault of Sister Pon. These not scored Nene. Fault is of Kino only. Kino. Sincere sorries. Kino wanted to repay debt. Dadapon and Mamapon take Kino in when Kino all alone.
You were alone?
Is truth. One day, out of blue, Dadapon bring Kino home. Said, here is Brotherpon. That day, nobody made comment. Everyone except Kino. Kino, all happy they could say. That why. That way want to become Heropon and repay debt to family. You're really sorry.
Still doesn't explain what you want to do specifically though.
Do your family honor.
I wonder if Kino's a movie fan.
Yours is a most noble sentiment. I am utterly certain that Ricky and Oka are proud of you too.
Actually, Melia and I are in a bit of trouble right now. We could use the help.
For really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, if Kino must. You really twist wing. But fine, we'll allow to be sidekicks of Kino. Kino? Wrong word. Supposed to say friends.
So, we'll be heading for the capital to find parts for the junks.
Yes, about that.
Hmm?
It's a bit of a hike, but could we check out that cape?
Where?
Explain.
What sort of Nintendo shenanigans?
What you said about defensive measures.
You fear we may come under fire again. Is that it?
Yeah.
It is true. Caution frequently pays off in the long run. The cape it is.
Great. It's settled.
Legend of Heropon Kino! It all started here! Mahey!
We don't know how much sense it really makes for Melia to still be like doing the super technical stuff speech shtick at this point. Maybe she's just being very mildly passive-aggressive for getting friend-zoned by Shulk, but... And theater has been added to the title screen, blah blah blah, about 100 times, so it's the same as the event theater in the vanilla game. Oof. Apparently the ground here is I like the sky staging, but we are playing that. Oh boy, we got an attacker, a Magna Ancel attacker that apparently a couple levels above us, and also aggro's inside. It's interesting and inconvenient. We're gonna go ahead and here, select, even though I'm pretty sure that not Ryan and the knob on there. Gonna draw all the aggro. So what's the all-out attack? Okay, so I guess we haven't got now. Well, I don't know what the condition is for actually being able to do that attack, but quiet moment. Oh. And already meet the condition, so will you come back when you do? Is this the same as the heart-to-heart in the vanilla game, which is based on affinity? I wonder. What are the conditions? I guess there are no conditions right now. Let's go. See what we got here.
These flowers, don't they smell heavenly?
Miss Melia is big fan of flowers?
Yes, because of my mother. When I was young, she often asked for my help with the villa's flower beds. How about you, Nene?
Nene also loves flowers very much.
I see. Then we have something in common. Before, when I spoke of them to a Homs friend, she said flowers are nice, but nothing beats a warm dinner. I got no understanding from her. Finally, fate sent me someone I can communicate with.
What Miss Melia say about dinner?
Oh, just talking to myself. The dinner part wasn't really relevant.
But Nene big fan of dinner too. Most of all, pollen orbs from factory in Frontier Village. They so very soft and so yummy scrummy.
Aren't the pollen orbs the ones that are like drugs to the knob on?
Meme?
When you said you love flowers, did you mean as a foodstuff?
Me? There is meaning other than?
Ugh, I should have known. You're one of them. Nene, listen. Flowers are not simply special because they can be eaten. We can admire their beauty, or use them to create ornaments and works of art. And that is a great part of their charm.
Ornaments. Meme? Oh yes, Nene remember. Long ago Dedapon make Mamapon flower crown for giver's gift.
Ricky did that. That knock-on has hidden depths. In any case, I would like it if you also had an interest in inedible flowers. If you did, then you too, just like your mother in her own day, may know the joy she felt.
Okay, the next time Nene find flowers that cannot eat, Nene will make pretty flower crown for Miss Melia.
Huh?
To eyes and Nene, Miss Melia look most bestest in blue. What think?
Oh
While
god.
I appreciate the offer greatly, weren't you originally of the regarding flowers as food persuasion?
Meh? If you make pollen orbs from not eatable flowers, they bitter and not tasty.
Yes, a fair point. It is just as you say. So knock-on see different but equal value in flowers depending on whether they're edible. Maybe it was foolish in the first place to try and choose only one while discounting the other.
I don't get it.
Well then,
It just seems like she's going in circles with this pondering.
and yet, why do it for me? Won't Kino and Shulk feel left out?
There is very good reason. Nene just want to see smiling face of Miss Melia, bright as sun rays.
Oh my.
Meme? Something wrong? Nene, not say anything weird.
No, not at all. It was just how sincerely you said it. I should take a leaf out of your book.
Me?
Precious Nene, I look forward to the gift.
Nene pull out all stops.
Although, I would feel a bit awkward were I the only one to wear one. Why don't we make them together and exchange them afterwards?
Meme? That sound wonder marvelicious. Is deal. No, in fact, is unbreakable promise.
Yes, naturally.
I guess this scene gives people more fodder for the whole bestest meme. Oh boy, guess we should probably try and kill our monsters here so we can get a bit more more of the oh, whoops, didn't actually mean to use that one first. I had to use this one first, but whatever. Oh, it's gonna take me quite a while before I can commit whatever this song is to memory, but
Nice job.
glad I managed to hear it in the right context, oh boy. Deer Highlands. Guess we're gonna try to make it a beeline for the actual plot location. Now, can we change the time? We can indeed change the time, yeah. Oh shoot. Well. Okay, this time do the correct thing, which is pop, or summon this one first and then pop it and then get the other one. I do wonder how the all-out attack they mentioned earlier is gonna work, since we filled up the talent gauge, but apparently you can team up with Pond Spectres for chain attack, even though apparently that's just not actually activatable right now, I guess. That's weird. Oh boy. We'll try to... Okay, I guess if we try to do the kick on this enemy from this angle, we probably won't fall to our deaths. I don't remember, you know, doing a lot of that in the mechanic sections of the vanilla game during my initial run-through of that. Haven't quite gotten there yet in my run-through of it, of the vanilla game in this version, but... I have no reason to believe it would be any different. Holy shit, that's a lot of XP. It seems like a lot of XP just because I've been freaking fighting enemies in an overleveled state and just getting pretty trash XP just from the enemy encounters themselves, but I've been getting a pretty good amount from the side quests. That's pretty much the reason why I ended up getting overleveled in my current run of the vanilla game version.
No enemy can stand against us when we bring our might to bear.
That's because you're both pretty steadily built.
Huh?
Huh? What? Upstairs? Wait, is there an enemy behind me?
Guess they did actually record new, like, post-battle lines for this, which makes sense considering that there's technically different characters. I guess I can, you know, just based on sitting here and hearing the voices, guess I have no reason to believe that this isn't still Jenna Coleman doing the voice. I'm pretty sure that whoever did the voice for Shulk originally does do the voice for him in this, because it doesn't sound nearly as different. But I guess Jenna Coleman's voice just got a lot deeper over the course of like 10 years. "10 years on a roll as one of the worst characters ever on a certain sci-fi show," but that's a story for another day. It's a story that has already been told by me, I think, but there's really not that much of a reason to dwell on that at this point. Alright, let's see what this place is about. Looking at like the tower here, or the building, or just... Oh, we can't actually mine the ether deposit. Special tool. Interesting. Somehow gonna turn into freaking Monster Hunter, like classic Monster Hunter mining, where you need to use expendable pickaxes just to be able to get stuff. There's not much of high ante here, what? Oh, there be any high ante left here and not...
Many bird people here.
You know, why wouldn't they have gotten off the biologist before?
Only high entier living here.
Is this expected?
Oh there, strangers.
Ah, hello.
I see. You've had a rough time of it. However, I suggest you steer clear of Alchemoth. Even if you do somehow get there in one piece, don't expect the transporters to be running.
Oh? Why's that?
The thing that shot at you was no defense platform. It was a monster we've taken to calling the Fog King.
The Fog King?
Yeah. Suddenly showed up in Alchemoth a few months back.
From what I gather, you're from the Imperial Guard. Are the swords you carry just for show?
Taking a sword to it is folly. It laughs at our attacks. It's like hacking at smoke. Blows pass clean through it.
Must be Ghost. Ghost not shoot beams, dum-dum.
So that's why you call it the Fog King?
We fought in defense of our home. We were ready to die, and many of us did. But in the end, it won us nothing at all. The Fog King's attacks tore into us hard. Eventually, we gathered the High Entia and anyone else we found, and gave up the capital, so that we might live.
How awful.
My grieving heart belongs there. Our heartland, our capital. Yet I cannot even mourn it.
So the capital can just float wherever, independently of what's below it.
Yes?
Yes.
Please, you have to tell us how to get inside.
Shulk, be serious.
Boy, are you hard of hearing?
I heard you.
Then you should know better.
No matter the situation, we have to go. If I fix the junks, we can all leave this place. Then, once we're in Colony 9, we can make plans to retake Alchemoth.
No point.
Why not?
Shulk, do you think we took all that lying down?
Huh?
We're not stupid, you know. We did all we could. It's true. I want to go home. But that's a dream that won't come to pass, and it already cost too many lives.
Maxis.
I understand where you're coming from. Still, I have to be blunt with you. Let it go.
So what? Did it go on just live on this camp with us forever? So I guess they're not gonna be able to get back to Colony 9 without the junks, so...
Now what?
Judging from the speech, I can't see us convincing him.
So this means we're stuck here?
Quite a predicament, Empress Melia.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
I humbly beg your pardon. Gelgar, at your Majesty's service. Formerly of the Personal Protection Division of the Alchemoth Guard Regiment.
Is that so? Then the pardon is mine to beg, Sir Gelgar. And please, dispense with the Majesty.
Perish the thought, your Majesty. The recent war has rid us of the wicked purebloods.
Oh
A
boy.
new age dawns, and we half-breeds are chosen for its caretakers. With you, Lady Melia, as our shining paragon, I cannot but address you as Majesty.
I have no patience for wheedling. Especially from knaves who spit on their ancestors.
I would never dream of doing such. I merely spoke plain truth, no more.
As you wish. But the Majesty address is burdensome to me.
If you absolutely insist. Until you deign to acquiesce, Lady Melia will have to suffice.
So kind, Sir Gelgar.
Make no mention of it, Lady Melia.
Sir Gelgar, we really need to get to Alchemoth, no matter what.
Ah yes, I have heard your exchange with Maxis. Hindering the Empress's triumph. A narrow-minded fool if ever there was one.
Aha. Yep, everything is still over there, and is that one of the seal islands, or one of the buildings that's one of the seal islands? Looks that way.
the authentication process, one must raise their hand to the transporter. The device is configured in such a way that only some of the high entier in this land and the Imperial family may pass. Hence, Lady Melia should not have the slightest issue activating it.
A similar mechanism to the tombs, then?
That's our ticket into Alchemoth.
Yes.
Tasty news! Friend Galgar is good friends! Kind thanks, Birdmister.
Not at all. I am but a humble servant in Lady Melia's employ.
This doesn't seem fishy at all.
My ladyship too grossly. May I offer you my companionship on your journey?
Oh God.
A modicum of skill with the blade, please rest assured.
I appreciate the offer, but must refuse. We do not lack for strength.
Indeed. A great shame. Should the need arise, I shall remain ready to serve.
Certainly. By the way, Sir Galgar, this outpost appears to consist of naught but soldiers. Where might all the other refugees reside?
They dwell beyond the Grandel ramparts, which lie below this point.
They live at a remove from you, then?
Yes, because of the Machina who live there.
What do you mean?
Might you have forgotten? When the war broke out, it was the Machina's treachery that lit the fuse.
Jeez.
Were it not for them, we needn't have lost our brethren and our home.
You couldn't stand the Machina and thus moved away.
Precisely.
But the war is concluded, Sir Gelgar.
Some simply cannot let go so easily.
Told the other guy was all about letting go, I guess, but I, on the other hand, am the most sympathetic character in this whole thing so far.
Ah, yes. Very well. Sir Gelgar, we will take our leave of you now.
Do please take care of yourselves. You'll find passage to the capital through the Cragmore Caverns.
Cragmore Caverns. So,
Sir Gelgar,
it's not all just out on the surface of this massive plain.
Please to be extra careful of self.
The same to you all.
I believe we're actually gonna have multiple areas in this. Alrighty then. In the shops. Oh boy, there are shops. I was just about to bring this up because I don't even know if there was any of this. But weapons and armor. You will not find armor among the spoils for defeating monsters. Well, that's a shame, but you may find weapons at the fair from shops. In the quests, you want to have custom quests. Wouldn't you know it for this thing? Let's do. Let's see what these people want. Hey, Hamelin. Would you consider assisting us with a hunt? I want you to kill 6 snow moose. They're already up to this. Go down from here in the direction of the lake and you'll arrive at the highland. Well, we came from there, I thought. X. It does look like a few of the monsters, or well, so far pretty much all of the normal monsters that we've seen are just like reused from the vanilla game. Maybe some bait, so we're gonna have to do some big brain moves to actually be able to lure out these monsters, I guess. What else? Also, do we have like affinity in this? I guess we don't have affinity, no. We don't have the skill tree thing, which does have the affinity mechanic, and we don't even have the affinity chart thing, which any of the other stuff that we would actually need to worry about affinity for, which would be like gem crafting, which we can't do. So I guess we can only get gems from quests and from monsters. Maybe I guess we want to get any crystals though.
Yes?
What else, Hamelin? Defeat some Magnags and retrieve their X-Iron Hearts, then gather the X-Favorite food, place them in preparation for the next hunt. Okay, so... clearly not gonna be the only thing we can hunt for right now, though. Hey, Caranel, what do you want? I'll take the Grimace as a happily, ma'am, shall I? Well... Ether deposits come on either pick. I mean, apparently we were just able to just take crystals, ether crystals from any ether deposit in the vanilla game without needing any special item. We can just do that as an innate skill, but I guess we need an actual thing to do that in this. Good. Here's to being able to mine ether deposits and the Bionis with run-of-the-mill tools. That won't work here on the shoulder, oh, of course. Well, there's your hand wave. Through the rigmarole. Oh boy. Looked into developing one that even lay people like you the Empress, and you the people who literally saved the world, would use right from the off. You filthy commoners. Oh. Once you open up to an ether deposit and do the thing, alright, so literally just do it right here. Yes, we have the like extra dialogue between the characters and we accept quests, but I guess that it's only for aesthetic reasons because it doesn't look like Affinity is a vector at all anymore, so let's see. Give it a good whack, yeah. I'd love to give it a good whack. That didn't sound too good. Oh, broken it. Oh, there you go. Well, Caranel is still right next to us, so... expect for it to break so easily, right? Now what? So the problem is durability. Due to the high ether density on the Bionis shoulder, it seems it crystallizes into a form that's perfect for gems. So are we gonna get actual... I guess that would make sense actually, since we can't get crystals, because we can't craft gems in this, we get gems directly from the deposits. Yes, that's what we're gonna be doing. Decently high purity gems from all around the shoulder, save you time crafting. Well, pretty sure we've established that crafting is gonna be impossible in this, so... really matter. Right. Use the thing to mine actual gems, not just crystals, but maybe able to obtain a more efficient ether pick. No kidding. I guess that's how we get high rank gems. Match heal 2. Art heal 2 and HP up 2. Probably then something up at camera angle.
Hey.
What else have you to say to me? Stable night and cover my hometown for deposits. There you go. Let's see what else we got in here though. There should be at least.
Hey.
I guess probably a couple more quests to gather up before we move out. Let's see. Those ether-based organisms, the freaking nebulae. Not a big fan of them, but I guess they're not a big problem now that we have Melia in the party. Have appeared all across Navir, and in large numbers there must be at least 2 points they're spawning from. When they gather, they create a strong ether field that attracts other monsters. Eliminate them with all haste, exterminate the wind elementals and the water elementals. Alright. I wonder... I'm still not even sure if we whittle those elementals down enough that they actually self-destruct. It counts as killing them with quests, but I hope it does. Oh, Maxis, when's the next Sims game? Wait, you're not even the person that does it. Oh, he still doesn't want us to go to Alchemoth. What about Fadeless? Fadeless. Feetless. Fired loose. Always thought it best not to allow yourself even the possibility of weakness, but what? Has a way of binding us in some way or other.
Oh.
What do you want? You 1K president apparently is not important enough to have a name. Not an awful lot of people like that around here, are there? They pretty much nearly all have a name from the looks of things. But let's take a look at the shop. I guess we can't get armor from monsters. Good idea to look at these. How much money do we have? 30,000. Yeah, we need a bit more money. Did we get 30,000 exactly after? Maybe we didn't get any money from monster encounters yet, but maybe we will now. And this motherfucker. Can't trade in this mode, can we? No, we can't. What else is here? Apparently not an awful lot more things. There's another quiet moment down here, and since affinity as a factor is completely out the window, as we've seen. Might as well just try and knock those out just as we come to them. Well, there it is, but can't pass this blue shiny by either, can we? Let's see. Oak and not Ryan. And I'm never gonna remember, like, that one's.
Sister Pon. Hope they're not giving Mama Pon too much trouble.
It's not the one that's the snooty movie's name. It's the one that's Pico's cool character. I'm sure gonna be by the devices.
Something the matter?
Kino's been looking for you. Something about stubbing his toe?
Little Pon never change. Nene will rub back later and go, there.
You're a good sister, Nene. Or maybe more like a mum. By the way, what were you doing out here, Nene?
Nene been reminiscing about Frontier Village, tiny bit.
I see. So, that's where you were living before?
Yep, in past, Nene always adventure into Magna Forest with brother Sister Pon and climb trees every day.
I assume you were the responsible one then?
That silly question. Nopon boys all good for nothing lazy bones. It all too much for Mama Pon to handle, so Nene have to help take care of brother Sister Pon and Dada Pon all full up.
I wonder what Ricky would have to say to that.
Dadapon, after he'd chosen for Village Hero Pon, and set off on great adventure with Mr. Shulk, house become total pigsty, hungry little Pon underfoot everywhere.
Wow, I had no idea. Wait, was this after Ricky joined us? So that must mean...
Yep, before Nene became friends with Mr. Shulk and friends here, we actually met 1 year ago, back in Frontier Village.
Oh god. Oh yeah, I remember this scene where it's all the fucking Ricky's children, which are completely indistinct in this scene.
You're kidding? I'm sorry, I feel kind of bad about this now. Though, in my defense, you've really grown. It's almost like you're a whole different Nopon.
In Nopon biology, aged between 10 and 15 often experience growth spurt. That why, when compare Nene now and Nene 1 year ago, it not too surprising if not realize they the same person.
It's still quite a surprise. I never knew that a Nopon could grow that much in a single year.
Now Mr. Shulk know can rely on post-growth spurt Nene more than ever.
We can always count on Nopon. Us Homs could learn a lot from you.
But Nene have these moments lately when get teeny bit lonely. Ah, poor Hum Hum. Mr. Shulk, such chowhound.
I don't think that was me.
Nene prepare some grub, too sweet. Now, Mr. Shulk, go call Kino and Miss Melia and tell to wash up.
Really, that's... she was so grown up for always taking care of Kino. But really, she's just a kid.
I mean, those are very relative terms.
Stanley.
Mr. Shook, something happened? Tell me too rumbly to move, or what?
Wait, I've got it.
Also, that face just kind of seemed like maybe she just had a fridge horror moment or something.
We can all chip in with a meal.
Like staring into the abyss.
Mr.
But no, I guess
Shook,
it was just begin hunger pangs. Right. Also, this whole time I realized that the clock hasn't been visible, so let's go ahead and turn it on. And put it, let's confuse everybody by putting that clock right under the actual game clock. And, you know, from which it is very, very slightly desynced, and it's gonna be even more annoying, but... Well, there is a purpose behind that. Maybe I could just move it and put it like the upper left or something. For now, go this way. Let's see what sort of gems the sky blue icy deposit here will have for us. Maybe actually go ahead and equip some of these gems before we head out again into the actual field. Let's see. Alliance Forum. Yes, it's a good thing that we came all the way to the end of the peninsula here before we turn back. Because now we managed to grab another location name and we come that much closer to actually being able to cover the rest of this map. Can we just teleport to a more convenient location? Hey, what do you notice over here? Red shiny. Pororo's favorites, whoever that... Congenial cogs, I guess. Probably are gonna have some kind of a use for these blue shinies, but let's go ahead and change the time, actually. Make it daytime and see if people are gonna have different quests for us at that time or something. It's sometimes how that works, and apparently that is how it works here. I can talk to more people to win it. It's not just us who have been over-harvesting the plump wildgrass.
Yes?
Well, that's what you'd say. Companion at Arms, are you like the Sergeant at Arms from Harvester? Companion's cape is groaning under strain from a soldier's alone. What does that mean?
Well?
Keep seeing Grandel in the distance and fretting. Maybe this is badly positioned then. No better than to face a Fog King in direct combat, and yet doubt clouds the mind and makes the sword hand waver. Yeah. Let's talk to those people first, but... How do you even get here? The Bionic shoulder is floating in midair, somehow. Most of the people on the shoulder now are refugees from Alchemath from the Bionic sound mechanics collapse, so... I guess this isn't actually connected to the rest of the Bionics. Day in, day out, but... Makes me wonder. Because I'm pretty sure that when we saw the big laser beam attack, it was mentioned that it was some kind of defense mechanism, but what would even have a defense mechanism at this point? Would it be like the old high-end machines, or would it be the Bionis itself? Because I don't think either of those things would still be active at this point, but... Something tells me that won't really be clarified. Well, things look cooler when they get strong into introvert monsters. Well, I think it's biology, but... What about you, dinner? What do you have for us? I'd like to ask you to perform some tasks for me. Wouldn't normally reach out to strangers such as yourselves, but there's a limit to what I can achieve myself. I've received requests for assistance from some of the younger companions. Tell me more. I don't think we have enough to go on right now. Gwyneth's request, which pertains to gathering plump wildgrass, has gotten rarer lately, hence the task of picking it is more taxing than it once was. Winnowing the praying caterpillar population. Handling a number of noble brogs. Okay, so just go grab all this stuff and... Yeah, sure. Waiting at the details of its mission from the concerned parties, so now we actually get two separate missions from them, I guess. Are you Gwyneth? Yeah. I guess. handful on the way to the Purifying Falls coming from the Vera Highland. Oh well. Get like a bunch of different... Yeah, I guess we did get a bunch of different quests from just talking to that guy at once, but I guess that's pretty much it. So before we head out, let's go ahead and put some of these gems that we found into our current equipment. I don't know, either defense up, slow HP up. Go with, what's our heal again? How do I do this again? Hold on. Oh, don't remove that. Effects. Yeah, that. Using arch recovers 18 HP, which sounds good. I think we shall go for either that or either defense. With that. Oh, and she'll cast a lot of this float. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that too. And you, not Ryan, will give you the defense as well, because that's all that's left. End up swapping these around later when we have more, but for now, let's keep going. Go back to our objective here, I guess. And kill more things.
Now you shall witness our power. They may take you up myself.
Everyone, do your best. Slash.
Manifest yourself. Flowing through me. Oh God!
I guess even though freaking affinity is no longer a factor in this mode, we can still do the burst affinity during the battle so that we can get more tension. We're almost to level 61 for Amelia and shield. Oh shit. Oof. Oh god damn it. Oh, so much for my attempt at cancelling that. I guess if we get attacked by a monster that, in a way that we don't actually initiate by ourselves, we end up getting a different battle theme than we would have if we had, you know, actually initiated the fight by our own prerogative, I guess, which we kind of did there, but then, you know, the timing. That's what happened. See what this map looks like now. We've been to the Purifying Falls. Go to the let's try to go up here. God, so freaking. I think that all these icons just pretty much tell me what the layout of the area is gonna be. But let's actually try to explore it by ourselves, I guess, and maybe unlock more of these. Like the insults are gonna not purify, gonna. Our own sight. Let's see if we can beat them to the punch, I guess, by initiating that, and boy, those guys are way ahead of me. How close can we get to the edge here without actually falling? It's coming back around. Let's give it a minute till it gets back above the actual land, and then we'll approach and actually start the aggro. Oh boy, and probably also end up aggroing the thing here. There we go. Can definitely do this, even though we're at the point where a single auto attack from the enemy can give us and take away one of our characters, half of our character's health, basically. Well, there we go. Because if you're actually going to take the time to use the reflection thing, it actually is worth it. I haven't actually managed to figure out what the ultimate super broken builds are for melee and vanilla game, but I'm feeling that reflection might be involved, as well as all the bonuses that you get from stacking like the same thing, the same elemental 3 times. There we go. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to pop one of these things just to be able to, yeah. Oof. Yeah, manifest yourself. There we go. Don't give that thing a chance to self-destruct, because that's totally what it'll do. alive for long enough with low health. Okay. Maybe I would try to take on this unique enemy, but let's try fighting some of the bunnies here and see what happens. This guy, this guy. Apparently the bunnies are gonna I'm gonna go down very easily, so maybe the bunnies unique monster that we are gonna fight here will actually be not that difficult, but let's try to clear out the other bunnies that are around here regardless. Go ahead and aggro the guy that's behind these dudes as well. Just take them all on at once. We have no reason to believe that won't work. I can't believe she even freaking re-recorded her lines for the for all these art calls, even though I could have just reused the ones that she had from the Vanilla, even though I guess that would have sounded too different. Would have sounded too different because, you know, her voice was a lot higher pitched 10 years ago, I guess. Keep bringing that up, but it's just something that really stands out to me. I can't ignore it. There we go. Let's take on this unique enemy, Phlegmatic Jameer. Okay, we still have I'll have you all know our names as the unique monster battle team, I guess. That's nice. Okay, time to do some double luck nonsense. Buddy. Right. Oh shit. How much fucking move spam does this not Ryan? No, I'm not gonna have. Yeah, that time I remember her name. Oh shit. Oh, she even recorded the weak spot line. There you go. Let's bring this up again, and bring this up and leave it there for now, just because we're in the not in the optimal state yet to start just dumping all the elementals, but I think we are now. Dump all the elementals and see if we can do the final blow thing here. Yeah, buddy, alright. Well, Nina was getting a bit low health there, but we managed. We're Tuskglyph. Tusk Chucker, some weapons that are probably gonna be better than what we currently have for all our characters, but also something that I don't immediately feel compelled to actually change yet. Let's kill a few more monsters and just uncover parts of the map. Ancient Spirit of Ice and also big icy AoE that we can. For some reason has not aggroed any like unintended monsters into the battles so far when we popped that, but we did, yeah. Do these Magnax have do they have a spike aura? Oh, there we go, X Iron Hearts. What is this thing? Well, apparently it doesn't have a spike aura at this point, but that thing, a Legardon. Apparently the guy that I was fighting just a minute ago looked like he might have triggered a spike aura before he died. Not sure how that worked, but I remember if the Legardon were the ones that were unlikely, but honestly, the first time that we go there and they're like, you know, one of those Chilkin or Turkin unique enemies that's like the sniper on top of a rock, but they're like level 70 at that point, so they're over leveled for the first time. That we go around there. Probably will be manageable at this point at any rate, so let's pick a fight with all these higher leveled enemies, because I guess we're doing just fine so far. And just do the double luck as much as we can, even though, you know, I think there's like basically default build that we start the game with, or this episode with, just by freaking having Nana in her parties. legitimately a better double lock build than I ever managed to come up with in the vanilla game. I should probably look at it and note it for later. Let's see, just kind of wanted to see how far west and how close to the west edge here I can get before. Can't anymore, I guess, but I might actually not be able to get all the way over to the west because I need to find a way onto the high ground. That's what it looks like. Kill a pumpkin. We might as well just try and as close to the edges of the map as we can. What if we actually run into a hang-up like I guess I am right now? Instead of being too concerned with that, we can just sort of meander our way to the actual plot objective and kill as many of the marks as we can on the way. Oh, too late. I believe my AI Ryan character isn't on the ball with the double lock this particular enemy. Got that reflection. Reflection voice clip sounded almost exactly the same as the reflection voice clip from the vanilla game, but if I had to guess, I would say that that was re-recorded and the similarity was just on purpose. So otherwise it was contrast. Otherwise it would contrast too much with the rest of the voice clips here. There we go. Apparently the Magna X, I guess I'm forced to assume from what I'm seeing here that the Magna X doesn't have a spike or a normal unit. It has a spike or it's doubled, so technically we've been doing the wrong thing this whole time by toppling it, but I guess we're managing to survive. Oh shit. Okay, cool. We leveled up. By finding this crossroads, which I guess was immediately in the way, but we didn't manage to find beforehand. Actually quite curious. Let's kill another one of these wind nebula. Actually, yeah, let's actually pop the earth one first for this one, because I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be better to rely on either everything for nebula enemies. As our whole existence is freaking ether and reacting to ether. Attacking with ether and being more vulnerable to ether, so let's pop these things and hope that doesn't make the... Okay, there we go. Doesn't make the element burst go away.
Let's stay focused.
Which I guess did work out that time. Spy some red shiny stuff in the background there. What are those? There are red shinies. Finding a lot of those here. Wonder if that means that they're actually somehow different from the... Well, I guess not. They're like the... I guess in this context they function kind of the same as the ones from... that we found in a couple of missions in Chronicles X, which were they just spawned for one particular quest and then they're gone. That's why there's so many of them. But well, apparently this time there was just the exact amount that we needed, so that makes more sense. We need to kill caterpillars, I don't remember, but... And noble brogs, right? We need to call these species, I guess. That's what we got.
Now you shall witness our power.
Everyone, do your best.
Nay, nay, weather any storm.
Let's go ahead and pop the caterpillars that are around here. I never really gone back to Advanced 8 enough to actually have more of a better perception of that, but I wonder if it's supposed to be caterpillar or caterpillar. Caterpillar, or maybe even caterpillar. All I know. Even though this is one of those instances where I could probably just as easily go to the friggin' Final Fantasy wiki and figure out what the original Japanese spelling of those creatures was, and remove all doubt and objective source, but where's the fun in that? What would we do without dubious translations of all media? Apparently we just need to kill one more witch, why don't you know it? We just look slightly off to the side here. We are blessed with this this other hapless victim for our horrible extermination task. Wonder if it'll get any help from the like flying bug monster that was just... Apparently that flying bug monster just doesn't care, it's just gonna ignore this big flashy encounter that's happening right behind it. So it's fairly, what's the word I'm looking for? Faithful, accurate? I feel like there's another specific word that I'm looking for there, but... Yes, fairly like how such a thing would go in real life with actual flying bug that sees some kind of big thing happening next to it, so just like, I don't want anything to do with that shit. Leave me out of this. I'm just gonna fly away and maybe find... oh god. Okay, I don't think we're gonna want to go this way yet. Maybe find some, I don't know, some potato salad to nibble on or something. I don't know why I said that, I just kinda remember that from a Gary Larson cartoon, but... that's just for flies. I don't know if that applies to all flying bugs. Probably not. Oh shoot, I hit the wrong thing, but I guess we'll deal with this anyway. Apparently this guy is gonna die even faster than the rest of the enemies that we're fighting around here. Mollusk mucus, even though mollusks have nothing to do with frogs, I'm pretty sure. Amphibians, I guess, in this case. Monado protect us, but first let's get this thing properly. There we go. Alright. This time... well, this time the bug was not quite killed by the Mind Blast, but it brought it quite close. There we go. Something that I've noticed from the, like, slay quests in the vanilla game too, that... unlike other quests where you do get a at least somewhat sizable experience reward, apparently the slay quests don't necessarily give an experience reward. Just give money because... is the logic there is that you're already getting experience just by slaying whatever you're being told to kill, so... what more do you need? Oh boy, yeah, there's a bunch of Orlugas and Hodes and... those Chromars in the background... Ignis, okay, I'm pretty sure they're all like lizard people. Apparently if we go too close to the edge here, we're gonna run into stuff that's a little too high level for us right now, but I mean we can probably take it out without too much effort. Actually bring out one of the like super optimal builds that we would also use in the vanilla game for like I don't know, taking on the super bosses, because I'm pretty sure that in the vanilla game if you want to kill all the super bosses, which I have yet to do, but I do kind of want to at least try out on the run that I'm doing of the game. In this version, what you need to do is come up with some crazy builds that are gonna be able to let you kill monsters that are like 20 levels higher than you are, because I think the highest level monster in vanilla is like level 120, and the level cap for you is like 99, so... Not pretty much my only experience with... okay, let's turn back. Fuck. I don't really want to risk this too much, but we will come back here eventually. Pretty much my only experience with trying to take on the super bosses in vanilla and having that go anywhere has pretty much only been a massive fiasco, with me only being able to beat the first one and then being miserably... oh shoot, I did it wrong again. Yeah, pretty much being only able to beat the first one and being miserably destroyed by the rest. Not like that thing's not in a good position for this game, but Lambda Delta, which thank you so much for your Prime sub, and oh, whoops. And Sweetie, I don't know what else I tried. Rhythms with booty. Oh, I don't know. Pretty much the only thing that I could think of is the name of a song from freaking Rocky Horror or something, but probably not what we'd be going for here. Okay, we did it. But yeah, thank you for that Prime sub for a total of, I guess the bot message doesn't want to focus on that right now, but it's weird. It's actually not sure why the bot thing says 0 things in a row. I guess completely uninterrupted is what it would be like. But apparently we've, yep, 3-month streak. But a total of 22 months, which is nearly 2 years, which is pretty crazy. Oh, shoot. Oh no. Oh, never mind. Can't believe I messed up the start affinity again. I guess not. But yeah, I don't know how the bot processes that, but it is 3-month streak spare actually being able to, I don't know, being subscribed at any point during those months, I guess. And a total of 22 months, which is pretty cool. Enjoy your, what are the things that I'm supposed to say here? Oh shoot, those dudes also got I wrote. That was not part of the plan, but it might work out. Yeah, portrait limit, what if I, okay, there we go, reflection. What am I supposed to say? Oh shit, I died, but we do have the party meter thing, so I guess we're fine. Yeah, Melia, cheer up, you just died, but that's a problem. Okay, time to summon all these again. Enjoy your double channel points, enjoy your Bob, enjoy your nomads, is basically what I was trying to remember there. Technically sub every time I stream when I'm around, but it's not automatic, so shrug, yeah. Well, that's appreciated. But yeah, like the kind of weird regular subs. I guess the actual paid subs that aren't included with the Twitch Prime thing are, you can do a lot more functionality with those, but with Twitch Prime, like, you don't even get told when your Prime sub to a channel has run out, so you just kind of have to keep track of that yourself, so that you don't waste time trying to figure out what else to give it to. That's what it's looked like in my experience. And also, climbed it up to my touch reading dehydrate, so I'm going to take a moment here to take a sip of my thing that I got just a little while ago, because it was time for me to get another delivery from the supermarket, and so I did, and I currently got a, how do you say this, I guess, a water that's supposed to be a cucumber lemon mix, which is actually pretty nice tasting. I have at least sort of the aloe vera or all of the freaking iced tea that I also got, but I got this one for now. So there we go. I say there we go, even after taking a drink, my freaking throat's threatening to close up, because that's just how my freaking throat biology works. Physiology. But thank you for the hydration. Let's see. Thought that I had already gotten a bunch of these quests done, but what's left? These rainbow cards there to lure out the Magna X. I guess we should do that now. Return to Laner and... what else are we missing? Exterminate the water elementals. We haven't found the water elementals yet, so I guess we're gonna lure out more of the Magna X over here, even though I see plenty Magna X already. I'll plop this here. Yes. Alright, the quest's been updated, now what? We just leave? Yeah, I guess we do. So it's just like, realize it, this area has a bunch of magna eggs already just kind of hanging around and just put that there to lure them to that specific rock. I'm not quite sure how that works, but I guess we're gonna turn in these quests. At least the one that we can at this time of day, which apparently at least one of them. We're back from Gwyneth and the rest, their issues were resolved. Here's something I realized earlier. Quite possible that the caterpills gather to eat the plump wildgrass and the brogs to eat the caterpills. I guess how you've taken out both the wildgrass might come back sometime soon. Yeah. That reminds me of a freaking... I don't know if it was like a math problem or just like a general... what was it called at that point? Natural sciences is basically what we call the, I don't know, zoology and anything to do with that in... oh shit, 30,000, well... zoology and pretty much anything to do with, I don't know... natural biology in... I'm studying those subjects in a very cursory capacity when I was in like primary school. There was like a... some kind of, I don't know, argument posit thing in a textbook that I had from back in those days, and it was basically... this dude decided that he didn't like foxes or something, or for some reason or another he took his gun and decided to hunt down all the foxes in the region, so the rabbit population exploded and there wasn't enough food for all of them because they ate so much more because there was so many more of them, and basically everything got fucked up. I guess we somehow managed to avoid something similar happening here, though I'm not sure exactly how. Let's go in this way. Trying to make our way towards the next actual... actually, hold on a second. That's a water elemental there, right? We're supposed to kill those two. Might as well see if we can engage this one while we're here. Up to the point where these things are gonna be blue and not, I don't know, brown anymore. Like the normal difficulty ones. Oh, I did the thing backwards again, goddammit. I need to remember that I want to... we're supposed to go to the other side of the river. Did I screw up? Probably are. You know what, screw it. I also screwed up the elemental summoning, so... let's go to the other side of the river and see if we can actually engage it from there. Yeah, it's closer to this side. So, summon the earth one first for this guy and then pop the earth one so we can aggro this thing. Maybe. Pretty sure that we can fall off here, which will result in us not being able to attack because we'll be in the deep water, but here we go. We don't want that to happen. Okay, it's apparently aggro to me right now, so let's grab it away from the edge. There we go. Now let's move in for the kill. Do we need to pop anything else? No, I guess I don't, even though. Typically the most surefire way to take out one of those elementals that has low health, as I've noticed my current vanilla run, is that apparently something you can do for big damage is to just stack 3 of those thunder elementals and then pop one as like the final blow or multiple of them during the element burst. And that'll almost certainly keep the dudes from running away, the elemental nebula monsters. What are these? Wolves. We already fought a few of these, I think, but... see if we can actually get to the next transition screen, please, at least. See how that goes. Moral Cub. Which is apparently right there, so... apparently based on the appearance of the map, there's... I think those green dots are supposed to be people, so... they're not just people, but people that you can add into the affinity chart. People with names, but maybe they're just people, since I guess we don't have an affinity chart in this mode. Boy. All friends pass here. Pleased to hear a story. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's funny that this particular track should pop up again at this point, because I'm pretty sure that the, like, dramatic track that we heard a while ago, listening to the two Nopon kids at length for the first time, was basically like a more dramatic version of this track. Even though this plays in a few different places in the vanilla game as well, like, I think the earliest instance of it that I can remember is when, like, the Waluigi mustache guy is talking to the soldiers near the beginning of the game. What does this guy want? Directions, well, about tracking down friends. Scatter to designated locations to perform ordered land survey. What is the point of that, yeah? Relative and absolute elevation of terrain, plot distance, and other such, well, I mean... Mandatory self-intro, well... Pawn Spectre 10-2 is named 10-2. Surely that's not a reference to a certain Final Fantasy game. It's pretty polarizing. Surveying new lands his game. I can't imagine that it would be. But I guess since this guy's like the prospector, then maybe talking to this guy will reveal what the hidden chain attack mechanic will be in this mode. What is a pawn spectre, yeah? Elite unit of Nopon surveyors and 10-2 is 1. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that we've never heard of these guys before. Things worse than 10-2 thought. Long period of suspended activity was disastrous for brand recognition. Oh, that's timely. The Bionic Shoulder to conduct full and complete survey, even though... I mean, what do they want to do in the Bionic Shoulder, considering that the Bionic is like completely in ruins at this point? 10-2 finish on assignment, looks like up creek without paddle. Monsters carpeting land, probably even better, and Pawn Spectre like 10-2 have hard time. Nice round 11. Other than himself or including himself, I cannot blink there. Oh. Two Pawn Spectres can probably find, and maybe they have clues for other whereabouts. And let's see what this is actually gonna lead to. Teardocks of 10-2 willing with joy. Well, I guess that is something that an opponent would say. What would you expect your colleagues to be? Well, we have to turn back again. We might. Part of area between crossroads and way to companion escape. All way to Nerth's necropolis, wherever that is. That one's a bit of a coward, so I tend to not sure he do survey job properly. The one was assigned to the area past Cragmaw Cavern, stretching from lake on lefty side of the pillar and all. Screamy abdabs at unexpected circumstance. Oh. That seems like a great team so far. Based on description. And push come to shove, 10-2 shove. Okay, so we get an actual tracking thing for this, so... It's 12 in total if we count him, so it's 11 other than. So let's see how this works. Lead the band of surveyors from Frontier Village, split between red, blue and yellow teams. If you can befriend members from all 3 teams, you'll gain access to a new kind of special attack. 12 members. We give you up to the location of others. I guess we're gonna wanna check as much of this as possible. When specters have issues that they struggle with, move those issues and I guess just do a quest for them and they'll join you. Access the Pawn Spectre report to learn more about the Pawn Specters you befriended up until that point. Well, let's just keep on, I don't know. I did hear that apparently one of the prospectors is gonna be here, but we don't have another landmark that we can warp to in this region yet, so let's go ahead a little bit further before we turn back for that. And I guess hit the next plot, little plot flag here and see what happens. I don't think there's another dude right there anyway, so... Let's see what results of this.
Alchemoth.
You okay?
Miss Melly, what's wrong? Is tummy hurty?
No, nothing like that. I'm just remembering what we heard at Companion's Cape. I have been mistaken in my thinking. The war is over and peace has been restored. We are rebuilding, slowly but steadily. I'd thought that with peace came happiness. Indeed, that even here, people would embrace it with open arms. But the reality is different.
The wounds have not yet fully healed.
Quite. Those who lost their home. Those seeking the light. Those who bear grudges. Though joy for them is still scarce, I thought only of me.
But you didn't, not at all. The High Entier of Colony 9. Actually, everyone who remained. You worked hard for them. You, Dunban and Atharon led by example. Just so that others could smile.
Yes, yes, keep on happy hat. Kino lustad upon a momopon, but still full of bounce.
Kino.
Exactly. Before, Kino cried every day. Did not even want to go potty alone. Sis! Why you bring that up? That's completely irrelevant to discussion. Embarrass Kino not cheer up this Melly. Agree to disagree. Anyway, cannot abandon hope. That upon's words.
Hope.
To become the hope of the High Entier is a fate that you choose for yourself. As long as you remember this, it is certain that you will be worthy of that name.
You are the hope of the High Entier. You will not transform into a Telethia. Even after the Bionis has reawakened, you can still succeed the Imperial line. You have the power to end our suffering.
Friends, thank you. I think I can finally see now what my role here is. Onwards to Alchemoth.
Alrighty then, back to our normal moseying along after that whole kind of out of nowhere pondering that we ended up getting. You're the hope of the High Entier because apparently you're just that's your designation after being the product of many generations of like cross-species genetics through crossbreeding in Homs. Which was the whole point of, I don't know, the Antiqua's ancestor, I guess, as we saw in what's it called, the High Entier tomb, if you pay attention to the foreshadowing there. Well, more like if you notice the foreshadowing, if you already know what it means from having seen the other parts of the plot from the current game, but that is something that I did in fact notice from doing my second run through of the game on this version so far, but now that we've actually collected that, let's go see what talking to this guy will result in. Cragmaw Caverns, which is just like a very, very short tunnel there. Qualified, certified, but fully booked, so hands are tied. Prospector Evelyn is named surveying new lands game. What do we got? Survey for day was finished, so Evelyn make to sit down on sitting spot over yonder for a well-deserved snack break. Removing tasty morsel from knapsack when all of a sudden a whoosh splash meal thing plops straight into the lake. Well, Or like tears standing under waterfall. Phrase it like that to avoid getting sued, I guess, but Apple Sardine Lake scuffed down every last piece of hard-to-serve footage, so what? Sardi will Rude made enemy of Evelyn, even though that wasn't even their fault. Just kill the ones that ate your food, even though... Well, at least it's not something that... something like kill them and literally take back from your freaking guts or something. Wait, what? Hold on, I was spamming the A button thing there, but let's see what this says. I'm going to help Shulk and his friends on their own initiative. Killing the party, debuffing the enemies and so on. Red team is offensive, blue team is healing, but not all of them, yellow team is debuffing, so it's like based on the arch color, I guess. Form in battle sort of affinity, blah blah blah. The one spectre may enter a state of high tension, so what, do they like show up by themselves, or? So we'll see. Join the battle with all their strength and with no slacking off. So they actually help out. Even if we don't do anything special to summon them, I guess. Actually safe to read it like that. I wonder. What it looked like is that apparently we're gonna have to do the equivalent of the... what's it called? The chain attack to do like the special attack with them, but... apparently they might do something else with of their own volition if we just talk to them, get them to follow us, I guess, have them registered or whatever you want to call that. Let's see if we can aggro more of these. And maybe even avoid aggroing the crabs as well under Cinnabar Plateau. You know where I feel is one of those words that Pokemon has ruined for me, even though I don't even remember what kind of context it was in Pokemon, even though I'm pretty sure that I've seen it, otherwise I wouldn't have said that. And I'm pretty sure that the freaking Nopon Rhine that we have here, Nana, it's not even... Yeah, more enemies, but that's good. That sound is that the tension is decreasing because the Nopon is not able to attack right now because when in the water. But yeah, just pop all three of these friggin' things, even though I don't think they're necessarily that great. For this particular party loadout, just because Melia's the only one that's using... what's going on? Melia's the only one that is using ether attacks, I think. Or maybe Shulk kind of is with, I don't know, the Monado moves or something, but... Right, we... Blade Assassin for the Nopon, let's see what's safe for it now. Of joy. Evelyn was agog watching friends bish-bashing smelly fish brutes. Well, so, do we need to bring him food as well? Friends able to bring Evelyn Morocco from wherever abouts may be able to kickstart metabolism. Well, as luck would have it. Can feel life flowing back into limbs. Thanks very much. Thanks very much, I guess, is thanks very much. Maybe always... Our half will not show back after all. Awful? Was that supposed to be like... weirdly mispronounced kerfuffle? It's a bit of an odd choice, but... It's all about helping each other, no? Right, what to think would happen if Evelyn collapsed and rode alone, so... Friends have obligation to assure Evelyn come to no harm, so take with and deliver her sweet one. Say made good survey, like in days of old chief establishment inspectors retired now. Practically only ever do charity work for Frontier Village, not inspecting at all. Alright, so the result of survey to Chief 1-1.
Feeling to brim with excite.
And we now have a new person in the team, I guess, but I don't know about other pawn specters, not to spoil all the fun, but Evelyn have one small idea. Try here. Okay, so we don't actually get told anything specific in text, we just get a marking on the map. That's something, yes. And I see that obelisk looking thing over there, which, if I had to guess, was it's going to be like another landmark. So why don't we go ahead and go over there and then go back to the place where the other dude was supposed to be. Zephyr's Council. Mora over there, yeah, Monte Mora, that was sort of fetching like the mountain. Alright, let's get over here. And see if we can figure out what the Napan back here wants from us.
What did they do this time?
Qualified, certified, only mildly terrified. Inspector Tate is name and surveying new landscape. We're gonna see some variation of that. Do we have something ought to be done about this? Tate was sneak secret surveying, careful to hide from watchful monster eyes, but then made the worst mistake of life. End of prospection, let little Victory cheer slip out. Monsters poised to lunge for soft, succulent body of Tate. Oh. Somehow Tate lose more precious and life protective charm. Possibly could have dropped at Northeast Necropolis just up the slope here. Well, I'd not actually be able to get there if, like, strong monsters in it. Let's give it a try, I guess. Yep. For some reason, I don't know why, but this particular, like, dimension of the slope and just the appearance of this this countryside, making me think of some of the stories that I read from Arthur Machen. I don't remember if it's just... There's one particular story I can think of. I think it was called The Red Hand or something. That was like a murder mystery kind of deal, but the kind of twist at the end is that it's kind of implied that the murderer was some kind of primal human and that those things still existed, and like some, I don't know, primal human type, or primal than human type creatures somehow existed in like caves and secluded places in the countryside, so... I guess there's also the whole thing that's mentioned in the Great God Pan, where most of that takes place, actually no, most of that takes place in London, in like the main narrative of that, but... Pretty sure that near the beginning and end of the story there are mentions in the narrative of like the parts of the countryside where the sort of villain of the novel lived as a kid. And they came from, grew up. And I guess the effect that that has, or the function that that serves as part of that portion of the narrative, is just I don't know, having the same, kind of the same thing that that the presence of the countryside has in the Red Hand, which is just to like imply, I don't know, are these alien unsurveyed things, primordial things that totally exist just out of sight and that we don't understand, but they've been around forever. Listen, the focus in Great God Pan is like, other than the stuff that's implied by the title itself, it's like, I'm fairly sure there is one part of the narrative where I think one of the characters gets close or remembers like an engraving in a house or something, one building in that part of the countryside that's supposed to be of the Green Man, which is like a popular figure that's a personification of nature in like Celtic mythology and what have you. And that's pretty much used to draw parallels to the, well, the title. Like, I could explain that in a little more detail, but I feel like the title by itself should make any necessary implications, and that if it doesn't, then I'm not sure how much me explaining things further will help. I guess we've just come quite a bit further here than I thought we would. Because there are in fact some parts of this section of the map that aren't just filled front to back with super high level enemies, or at least high level enemies for this thing, which would be like 10 levels above the way to start. Earth's Necropolis Gate. It's gonna be another one of the Giant's Ruins. Keep talking about the fucking Arthur Magan shit, and then we... Yes. It's oddly fitting structure, because that's pretty much what this is in universe in this game, to what ruins and junk are in universe to the characters in the Arthur Magan stories. It's like these weird, inscrutable things from the past that we don't understand, but that are real. They can totally wreck us if we're not careful, right? Oh. Zero steel. These things should be avoidable if we just don't. Should be avoidable to engage these things. I mean, if we just don't make noise. What level are they actually? 30 something. Big boy is 74, so something I would want to mess with. But apparently, that thing that we came here looking for is completely behind this giant thing. Giant coffin, so I get behind that. Let's see. Hey, not Ryan, what are you doing? Here we go. Tate's charm. That's whole thing with surrounded by monsters. It's more specifically referring to these high-level monsters. Okay, let's try to get out of here and get away from the monsters that would aggro on sound, and see if we can also avoid this lizard here. Small Unia awaits a unique monster too. Will apparently aggro on sight, so more of a pain to deal with. I mean, if we look at the map, not this map, but the map that we can actually see all of. There we go. Oh boy, I just heard someone scream outside. I wonder what that was about. Giant's Trove. What do we get? What's in the box? Double attack 4? I should give that to the not Rhine Nobban, maybe. Would be good for helping that Nobban get the aggro and maintain the aggro, because that's supposed to be what the designated Rhine does, I guess, the aggro tank. It could be Ryan or it could be Dunban. Much designated aggro tanks. And as I heard, back when I was first going through the vanilla game, and as I've kind of been able to confirm by myself recently by going through the vanilla game again. I guess we have to turn back now, because I don't think there's any way to get into the innermost part of this, but we got the thing. But yeah, it turns out that I'm pretty sure I was able to confirm that the, those two aggro tank characters, which I didn't really like using when I did my first run through of the game, are a lot more useful than they let on at first. Especially if you exploit all of their topple stuff, or at least all the topple stuff that Ryan has, and then all the auras that Dunban has. And use those in basically combination with other arts that tie into those. See, this guy can let us turn in a quest.
Yes?
X Iron Hearts. These honor revitalize our injured warriors. However that works. They may be hard to stomach, but their powerful medicinal properties are sure to expedite the healing process. Next round of hunting should be relatively painless. Okay. That's what the bait thing was about. Just not paying attention. 8 future hunts, I guess, just to make sure that they're all in one place or something.
Hey.
Hey, Tuliana, what do you say? I don't get the feeling that I've heard whatever this is before, and I just wasn't paying attention once again. How much money do I have now? How does it show here? We have a lot of money. I don't know if we've even been getting money from the fights themselves, or I guess if we have, we must have been getting pretty neat and orderly amounts of money, because once again we have 3 zeros at the end of that number. Let's see, is there anything that we want to buy right now that would actually be... Yeah. Shulker Vermelia. This one's got high weight, so it's probably not great for Melia. What about the official stuff? Do we have any of those? We have 3. Seed Blummer and... let's see, what about... I guess this one would be significantly better than what we have. And one of those for Nana and get one of these for Keynotes. Or Nana, excuse me. Nana is the female ice climber. Nana is the character from Pico School. That was the mnemonic device. Let's see, as for you... I guess these are actually unique. These can be shared by, I don't know, should I give more high weight equipment to Shulk? I wonder. In stock hair tie, in stock vest. I mean, what else am I going to be spending this money on? I might as well go for it. Can we afford all of it though? I wonder. Let's spend the money on not Ryan first though. Like the sensible way to go about it. Because, you know, that's the character that we're actually using in battle right now. Right, time to swap a few things around before we get back into the swing of things. To the Navir Crossroads, and before we talk to this other Nopan though, which I guess any of the friggin... yeah, this friggin' Nopan, they even like follow you on the world map. I hadn't even noticed that, so... yes, they do actually get involved in the fighting. Grim. Let's see, can we change Melia's clothes at all right now, or... I guess not. And the rest of these clothes are being used by other people, so... World Ender, well... get more auto attack. The official staff. I guess we're gonna switch to the official staff, because that's the only other variation that we have right now, so... We don't have an ether up, straight ether up gem, do we? Don't. Let's go with blaze attack. It's not actually, because we don't have the fire elemental in the loadout, so let's not go with that after all. Go with HP up 3. I guess Melia can actually use that because she doesn't have a lot of base HP. Woodrow Jacket, is that better for Shulk? Let me see stat details. That raises agility, so I guess so. But pretty much everything would be better. Anything would be better than the default stuff that we start with here. And this we already know it's gonna be better because we specifically for that reason. And we can stack a bunch more gems. Let's see, what about this? We can switch to the Madcap Stopper, which I guess is the best thing we can get right now for, you know, not Ryan. Let's see, what else shall we give her? HP up. Ether defense up. We'll go with another HP up. Well, does this resist? I suppose. Ears resist. Poison defense. What even attacks with poison here? I guess we'll find out. Bind resistance, strength up. Put strength up. And I guess we'll leave it. Point in looking at freaking green guy stuff. Till the party. Okay, hey, I did the thing.
What did they do this time?
Alrighty then, and we got another gem that we probably could have used for this thing. We probably could have waited, or should have waited until after talking to this guy to rearrange gems. Well, we need to see Chief Woman, so maybe what? Friends say to escort Tate to meet Chief, even though he's right here, he's with us. So I guess... no, Archaeology Center at Frontier Village, we sure do. Of surveying fraught with alerts and monsters, but Tate knows secret art of sneaking and weaving between. Well, so do I guess. Usually footsteppings later. That's gonna be his like special art or something. There we go. So they do each have a designated spot. It's not just like they get lumped in on the right side. Rejoin. To have a designated spot for each one. So I guess now that we've done that, let's go back this way and if we can double back and find another one of these things, the quiet moments. So we'll go do that now, but before we do that, let's check this again real quick. I forget to change any of these, like lock on resist, their ultimates, or so don't actually change them, get to change them. Also, new one that we just got is apparently a weapon-only gem. It was physical defense down, so give that to Shulk, I guess. Arts heal slow. Let's I don't know, physical defense down. Oh, physical defense down. Add damage to enemy suffering days is like extremely situational. If it was to enemy suffering topple, that would probably be more of a different story, but days is like really short window of time to really take advantage of that. Let's see. Can we actually reach whatever the other thing is, or do we need to like get on the high ground and I can't actually reach the... I think the latter might be the case. It's unfortunate. Okay, well never mind, I guess we're not getting that quiet moment or whatever it's called. Big heart to heart. Let's continue on this way. This time we'll stick to the middle part of the map here as we head east. Maybe we can actually... I was gonna say maybe we can actually head north and see if we can find the other Nopon that's apparently to the north, but I don't really see a way to get on the high ground, which looks like it will be a requirement to, you know, actually reach that Nopon, so let's take a look. Yeah, well, I can see an icon from here, but it doesn't mean much. Sloth Goggle. I'm kind of tempted to try fighting that guy just to see what happens. Sure hope that the green fairies that's back there doesn't interfere with me as I do this. Oh boy. I guess with the Nopon squad we have even more of a reason to actually pop the successfully pop the full battle start affinity every time. I'm gonna get behind you so I can avoid aggroing the other guy with the attack. Ooh. Oh no. Not so much for that one. What are the enemy reinforcements actually? Another goggle? Oh no, it is. Okay. Guess we're gonna have to actually make use of our burst affinity elementals this time. We might actually not survive this because we got all these fuckers joining the fight. And we still can't do whatever that is, so oh well. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, we do need help as a matter of fact. Yeah. Apparently we can still do it. I question the truth of that statement, but I guess we'll find out. Did we manage to kill the fairies? No, the fairies is still kind of attacking us from behind. That stinks. Let's summon the things that should give us a ton of, well, maybe not a ton, but a good amount of, defense. Physical defense, that is. Oh, there we go. I got aggro from someone. And I know, I guess we managed to kill the goggles, but now the friggin' wolves that came out from the ether, I mean that in the traditional sense, have joined in. Well, this is a bit of a cluster of a fight, but I guess we'll get a good amount of experience out of it, so take that in stride. I just hit them with all the poison stuff, which I don't even know if it's AoE or what, but I shall keep on popping these things so we can build up the element burst again. Yeah, this should be the last guy. I think it's basically already dead, so there we go. And better than expected, all things considered, I suppose. And we get more friggin' vendor trash items from these guys, I suppose. I don't think there's gonna be any other use for these materials and just like turning them in for quests or selling them, considering that apparently we can't trade in this mode, so... Or give gifts or do anything like that, so that's the only two uses for them. That doesn't look like we can actually reach the high ground from here. There's a green fairies guarding our red shiny, so let's take care of business, I guess. This guy is 3 levels higher than we are, which I don't know if it'll make that big of a difference, but I'm sure we'll be okay. We managed to freaking take care of business in the final, in the last battle that we were in, just a minute back. What could possibly go wrong here? Oh shit, somebody else aggroed. Oh, wolves. Okay, so did the freaking fairies summon the wolves? Is that what's going on? I guess that would be... That would explain why they, like, popped out of nowhere. And I guess that would make sense considering that I'm pretty sure that the fairies, like unique monsters, fought alongside the wolves in Chatterall Marsh in the vanilla game. Oh shit, I'm dead, but... I don't know how I died, considering that I didn't think I had the aggro at all, but... We're just gonna go right back up to speed here. Ooh, I didn't even need to do that, but I guess it didn't matter because it was out of time, so...
Nice job.
Didn't end up losing my element burst build-up for next fight, I'm pretty sure. It's Pororo's favorite. Didn't we already collect 2 of these? I wonder if we're gonna have to collect a bunch more of this. Might be for recruiting one of the Nopon prospectors, I guess. I get the feeling that there's gonna be plenty of power leveling that we're gonna end up doing here. Levels of all the enemies relative to the ones that we start with. Samadhi Cromer, that's how the lizard men from the Earthsea. So, I think pretty much all of the enemies that we've seen so far are reused from the vanilla game. Oh, there we go. We used to completely avoid going in the direction that the plot wanted us to go, but we did get that much closer to the edge of the map, and well, there you go, you get another Sense Thoroughfare. Another landmark, which apparently will lead us to the final set of maps in Half-Life 1, and also to another Nopon. Modified, certified, making world more purtified. Authorized name. Ophora. Pretty sure there's some kind of a weird euphemism that you can say in Spanish, in Latin American Spanish, called photophobe, but I don't remember what it's supposed to mean. But that makes me think of... Let's see. Inspector Spiel and now survey in big shambles. Well, what does this one want? Proverbial fishhook. Oh. All matter of nuisance. Cromer on the other side of Sense Thoroughfare right hand side. They keep on getting away with Phosphora. Oh. It also reminds me of the... it's pretty close to the Spanish spelling of phosphorus, which is phosphoro with F's. We'll be mapping out areas, so would be giant happy friends could remove Cromer from the picture. Oh. The 3 Cromers in the vicinity of Sense Thoroughfare, so I guess it's gonna be specific. Let's see, how hard would that be? Are those the 3 Cromers in the vicinity of Thoroughfare? No, apparently those are Cromers in the vicinity of the Thoroughfare, but they are not the 3 Cromers in the vicinity of the Thoroughfare, so surely they're not gonna count. A person, yeah. What are you doing here? Lavian? Laven? Lavian? Who knows? Ooh, he wants to find his brother, but apparently he's not gonna give me a quest or anything. Yeah, this monster you could call his sworn enemy a true menace by the name of Somnivore Lexus. It sounds like it might be a unique monster, maybe. That the world's been shattered, I don't imagine they'd meet again. It's not a really strong lead, but if that thing was sighted near here, I imagine my brother would have trouble staying away. Like Skeeter. Well, we've taken on level 67 goggles and Ferrises, so let's see if we can take on a level 67 leg Skeeter. Wouldn't these enemies be found on the Bionis leg, like near the exit to Colony 6 in the vanilla game, I think. Or maybe in Colony 6. I think the ones that you can find in Colony 6 proper are like actually called Colony Skeeters or something like that. Equivalent. But it looks like we're pretty much one level away or one battle away from leveling up again, so why not? Let's take on the deceptively high reward monster here. Looks like a good idea. Deceptively high reward for how little challenge it poses compared to other monsters of its level, but I guess it's a little bit like in, you know, Chronicles X, where the difficulty of the enemy can be determined not just from the level itself, but from the size of the monster. You know how I was just talking about friggin' Arthur Makin a while ago? I am now reminded of William Hope Hodgson, specifically the house on the borderland. Because of this frame. I wonder if whoever was in charge of designing this bonus episode ever read any of those things, or if this was just a big coincidence. The freaking setting for the house on the borderland is literally just like I don't remember if it's like the same at the beginning of the story, or if it changes to that at the end, where it's basically a house on like a round piece of land like that, that's very loosely connected to like the land around it, but kind of looks like it's floating because there's some kind of massive abyss below it, and the reason that that actually appeared was related to the plot. But oh, hey, there's a quiet moment here. We can actually reach this one, but I guess before we do that, we're gonna have to kill that Grove Codwing. Shouldn't have thought about that one first. I guess it doesn't matter. I think that I should read by again, what's his face, William Hope Hodgson at some point is the Nightland. Deadly. God. Nightland apparently was a big inspiration for a lot of all the kind of stuff that basically quickly evolved during the early 20th century into what the sort of stories that people today call Lovecraftian, even though if you actually look at all the stuff that came before Lovecraft, you can realize that there's a lot of foundation that he ended up using as inspiration. And I'm pretty sure that the Nightland is part of that, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that if you look at pretty much anything by William Hope Hodgson, with a couple exceptions, I think the only things that I have read by him, you know, speaking of that thing over there, I guess let's go there. Been ignoring it, but should go there. I haven't read an awful lot of stuff by him, but pretty much the only two things that stand out as actually being polished. That's what I was getting at. Actually being like thoroughly edited and revised are the Karnaki the Ghost Finder stories and the House on the Borderland, because I did read a little bit of the Nightland, and it really shows that it wasn't edited that thoroughly or cut down. Because it's like stupidly long and there's a lot of fluff, and you can kind of tell that nobody ever stopped to tell the dude that, hey, maybe you should try to trim this down a bit, maybe it's a little too long. Maybe there's a little too much fluff at the beginning, especially. So that's, for all I know, there's more of that later on, but that's the only part that I actually read. Oh shoot, oh, that's fine. Let's not find that guy after all, let's see if there's like any I don't know, yellow tier enemies or something. Or maybe we can fight the Cetor X and be daring, because this guy has a freaking spike aura. What could possibly go wrong? Well, do have Shulk in the party, so he should be able to do the aura seal to notify the spike aura, but oh, and he did. Melia has the art seal, but that's not quite the same thing. It's indicated by the name. Might I have reflections, so I'm totally protected. I'm not actually sure exactly how reflection works, like... Based on what I can tell from the description, what the way that it looks like it works is it reflects back a percentage of physical damage to the enemy, but I'm not even sure how true that is. It says it just reflects back damage to the enemy, but I'm pretty sure that it doesn't reflect back all damage, and not completely. That would be a little too good. Especially considering how quickly this fucking thing recharges, but... Can't say I'm 100% certain on that. We have yet to discover all the secrets of the ever broken builds in this game. Yeah, there we go.
Nice job.
And here's an up one. I guess this one has a mission. Hey, Poropo. Oh, hey, Lord Pororo. There we go. Guessing that this is the one that's gonna want those red things that we've been collecting. One Pororo is extremely not enough to collect. Well, tell me in greater detail. Come to Bionis' shoulder by flying with certain esteemed person in basket attached to Teryx. Oh boy, that wouldn't be like the evil druggering leader Nopon that we had to deal with in the vanilla. Would we? There's a big hole in the basket and vital foodstuff that Pororo bring, all strewn across land from sky high. Okay, maybe not. Stuff that end up scattered all over Bionis' shoulder is fave of Pororo, so would love to gather up for sure. Full of terrible monsters wandering about. Well, we already found like 2 of them, or 4 of them. 4 of 20. Sure, we'll do this. But apparently we're quite a ways off from actually being able to evolve them. But maybe now that we have this, they're gonna be marked, so we found 4. Anything for us yet? Found one of Pororo's favorite here's reward of Pororo. Okay, so 10,000 G. Gonna be like 1 reward for every one that we find, or what? There's still more to be found on Bionis' shoulder. Okay, no. So we get a reward for finding the first one, but apparently we don't have enough to get the next one yet. Makes a bit more sense. Okay. And now something else is marked on the map here. What is this? And we reach whatever that is. We might not be able to. Apparently it's... Apparently we're standing right on top of it, but I see nothing. Well, maybe it's underground, or maybe it's in the lower part of the ground, or maybe it's even above us, though that seems less likely. Considering what the terrain looked like, but I did notice that there is actually some stuff beneath the house on the borderland there. Yeah, there's like an actual lower ground here that we can reach, but I get the feeling that we can't actually reach that right just by jumping down from here, because we're gonna die, but probably some way of getting down there without, you know, dying a horrible bone-crunching death. Not quite sure what that would be at this moment, though. So we'll get to find out in time. Now let's be daring and open up the possibility of finding out the hard way by, you know, the gaps like so, right? So I think we pretty much checked out as much of this part of the map as we were going to. Go to San Sorrowfair and go north from here and see how far we can go in that direction, just to see. Like, is this where we're gonna be able to fight the, yeah, the 3 guys that we apparently need to beat up for that quest for the other guy? It's, 3 inconvenient chromers. These might be quest exclusives, I guess. Let's go ahead and be daring and give this a try right now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, physical protect isn't that great of an option if we don't actually make use of it. By being in range. Shoot, being targeted by at least one of these guys. I'm guessing it's the, yeah, the dude that I literally just toppled. Alright, let's just wait a little bit longer for these things to be... the elementals to recharge and then pop more of these. Probably try to actually do some arch upgrades so that I can get more of the defense thing. Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Hold on. Okay, I died. Well, we did kill one of the chromers, so what does that mean? I mean that we're actually gonna be able to stay, what do you call it? We're actually gonna be able to stay, those things are gonna stay dead, that's what I was trying to say. I wonder if I can expect that or not. Oh no. Oh, my tank is dead and now my other character is dead. I might not be able to, survive this time around. Let's see here. I don't know, let's give this a try. See if the faithful Nopan squad is able to rescue us. Apparently it wasn't. What a shame. Oh, we did kill one of those guys, at least. Let's go back up here. Let's see if it stayed dead or not. No, it did not stay dead, but... let's look at the thing. Yeah, the mission first, I guess. Let's look at the current missions. Oh, it didn't stay dead, but we did get one of them marked off on the list, so maybe we can, like, not even kill all of them, but... just freaking... well, then kill at least one of them per encounter and... have that count towards the total, so basically, Jesus. Alright, let's give this a try, I guess. Obviously, the ideal outcome would still be to actually be able to kill all of them in the same encounter, but I'll take what I can get. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep the Earth Elementals active to have the dudes, what am I trying to say? Basically have the defense up as high as possible for our party members. Oh no, this Shulk is Dason, so it's not Ryan. There we go. Yes, we're gonna be popping one of them in just a second so we can get a third one in and have that stacked up as much as possible. Oh boy. Of course, makes us lose our element burst, but whatever. We're not exactly making use of that right now. Yeah, we might actually be able to take them down this time. Second time's a charm, I guess. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I guess if we kill 2 of them, the third one disappears. So they are quest exclusive enemies, you can't kill more of them after. You've completed the quest requirements here, but go a little bit further up north, so up we go. We're closer to Alchemoth, I guess it's just in the off to the north from here. Even though I'm not even sure. Okay, never mind, I guess now we can see. Oh boy, we almost got ambushed by those guys, which I guess we managed to reach the same level as they have, but... oh shit, we're actually right next to a bunch of enemies that all have our own sight, but we've somehow been able to basically bob and weave around them and not aggro any. What I was trying to say is that we can actually see the place we have to go to actually be able to reach Alchemoth, it looks like, but... What is the red thing marked here? I guess it's another one of the Pororo favorites. Maybe. Yeah, Pororo's favorite. Probably try to keep tabs on where all of those that I've been finding are, since there's so many of them. Doesn't matter. Let's try killing a couple more monsters in this area, I guess, so we can get a bit of extra experience. Oh, there's a Chromar and Sloth Gobble. Boy, let's be adventurous. I guess fighting 2-on-1 or 2-on... not a 2-on-1, but 2-on our party basically is gonna be significantly easier, I guess, than fighting 3 of those Chromers against our party. There we go. I like the visuals that they added to the Affinity Burst. No pun in this. I guess that's the new functionality of the Affinity Burst in this. It's not just for tension, it's also for covering up those no pun. Alright, let's topple this dude, pop all of our elementals while he's toppled, and at least try. Pop as many elementals as possible while he's toppled, which is not all of them, to be sure. Some of them again. There we go. Can I say these fights are going a little bit simpler than I could have expected them to? I should really look into having a loadout just like this for when I go back into the vanilla game. Like, goddamn. Oh, speaking of which, hold on, let me check the arts real quick. Let's see if we can upgrade the Earth Summon. I love the Earth Summon. Holy shit, that's a lot of AP. Alright, let's lower the cooldown for this even further. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get those to max level, probably not, but with this loadout that we're using right now, let's also upgrade Starlight Kick, I guess. We can lower the cooldown on that, and what else? What else are we using? Summon Copy, I guess. Summon Ice. And maybe Reflection, I guess. Oh, never mind, we don't have any more for but let's hope Shulk can max out the Monado arts. Wonder if we should invest in that. What is this loadout? Let me take a look. Like a loadout from what I can see. It's Overdrive, Lariat, Feather Swing, Hammer Beat, Wild Down, Shield Bash, Angry, and Aura Burst, I think. That's actually called when the Rhine moves. Which it's kind of weird because these 3 moves, Sword Drive, Lariat, and Hammer Beat, have the same names, but all the other moves that I can see have themed name changes. God, Bone Upper is the same, but Dive Sabat became Chive Sabat. Well, we're gonna make a note of this, I guess. And probably upgrade. Sword Drive is one that's like a big strike right here. Oh, whoops, hold on. I wanna level that up. Get that, and I guess also do a swing that... I don't remember what the original Rhine version of this move was called, but I can't remember. Something else swing, but I think if I know what. It fills the talent gauge, so that's why it's good, but what about Hammer Beat? That's also for throwing aggro. It's got pretty good damage, honestly, for how much of a little of a cooldown it has, so max that out for now. What else? Aura Burst. I guess it's pretty much the same for this one. And it also helps draw aggro towards, the tanks, so it's also more on Wild Down. It's important. Spamming the Double Lock and maybe Shield Bash as well. What about this Angry? Lowers physical damage? That would be good, I guess. Let's We can only pick one of these two for the final upgrade, so not Lariat. It has a talent gauge, which is nice, but do a lot of damage. Let's go with this one, I suppose. And Shulk, I don't know what I want to. Let's max out backslash. It's misguided, but that's out of the way. Stream edge. All that extends the effect time for break, which is important. Same for air slash. We need to be mindful of that. What else? Shadow Eye, I guess, to get the aggro away from him and towards the actual tank. That's important. Light heal. Sure. Get that above 1,000 in the... What's it called? The regular. Kind of expecting to be pinged soon in like... probably 10 or so minutes for things, so... do that much more of the story here. I guess we're gonna take care of this. Which Monado arts can we afford to... I guess armor. That's actually a really good armor. Good luck. Good art from what I remember. Physical and ether damage down. Yeah, let's... we're gonna put the rest of our freaking points into the armor Monado. We get more, but for now let's take care of at least a couple more things. Let's go to recruit this other Nopon, which we went in the wrong way for that, I guess. Yeah, hopefully that... hopefully killing the Chromers is the only thing that we need to do this. We can get somebody else in the party. Let's see. Ora, excuse me. Armor or toast? Our friends get that idea. Oh, just going out upon spec now, but friends did a better speedy job and Fofora give credit where credit due. Really? We're gonna venture further afield beyond even den of Cromer that friends fend off, so... What? It's not even gonna be recruited yet? That kind of stinks. What now? At the far end of Sense Thoroughfare? Oh boy, so now we have to go all the way back up there. Now we have to go all the way back up to where we were before we teleported back here. That's cool. I think the last thing I'm probably gonna be doing for today is finish this recruitment quest, or try to. Maybe go and hit the next plot flag location just to see what happens, and that's probably where I'll leave it off for now, and I'll probably finish this on Monday, just to say tomorrow. See how much of it I can clear at that point. I would have liked to binge this whole thing today, but I meant to start the stream for that a lot earlier than I actually did, so... because I pretty much got held up waiting for something. But it's not a big deal. Just finish this tomorrow, and then I'll just switch to back to the regularly scheduled stuff that I have in the weekdays. But for now, let's see what this Nopon has to say. How did you avoid all those monsters? Yes, literally the only thing that was holding up the prospection was those 3 Chromers that were holding a kind of a barricade in the way. If one is chief of whole Pond Spectre squad, so yeah, this pretty much means that we get to recruit this Nopon.
I have become stronger.
Can get 40,000 experience from that, goddamn. We're leveling really, really quickly in this, which I guess is to be expected, since I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be really short, but... let's see, where's the next plot thing? It's way over there, so... might be, let's go here, I guess. It's the first council. The other things that we end up checking out along the way, but I guess I'm gonna try to make a beeline for that now as much as possible. A wolf, yeah, leg wolf. I think more of the same enemies, and a Bagger's Nebula. Did you say Nebula or Nebula? I think it's the second one. I can't remember if Bagger's Nebula were the ones that you can fight on the prison island at the end of the vanilla plot for this, but... I want to say maybe. I do remember that... well, there we go, we got another... Another landmark here. Let's see what's inside. I don't even know if we have to come here to, you know, get to where we need to go, but it looks like a big unique monster to me, maybe. Is it? Yep, grotesque damies. I think we've only actually taken on one of the unique monsters in this so far, and that's the, shit. Slubbering Untold attacking the Pond Spectre. Right, so we got a surprise quest. This will probably be easy, though, right? I'm pretty sure that we've only beaten one of these, one of the unique monsters in the bonus episode so far. Well, I'm just glad that we managed to do the Starlight Kick and topple one of the enemies here without just falling off the edge and dying. This just seems like a prime, you know, terrain for that to happen. Right, need to see what we did there. Certified, uncontestified, Pond Spectre Decadecca's name. I was curtained for a moment there. Friend snatched life of Decadecca from jaws of death. With monster repellent instance that got from friend, but then monsters appear. Well, why on heck monsters not repel? Why attract? Realize he's actually monster attractant in sense. Friend must have put it in by mistake, or this could be trial that fate posed for Decadecca to challenge resolve, or maybe they just wanted to kill you. Oh. That didn't work out. Maybe we just foiled some kind of assassination attempt, kind of like in, I don't know. I was about to mention, like, that scene in fucking Assassin's Creed Origins, where the Pharaoh just tries to run away and then just gets... It's really fleeting and... I don't know, flashy... Not flashy as in ostentatious, but flashy as in it's over in 2 seconds moment, where... He's like fleeing on a canoe and then he falls in the river and he's eaten by crocodiles or something. It's like, yep, this character is dead now. Oh well, the end. Of that character. Just like shove it completely out of the way like that. I don't know why I thought of that when I was talking about assassination attempts there, but is that just how my mind decided to work at that time? But yes, we got a new guy. How many are we missing at this point? Let's see if I can... we're missing 7 more, so we've got 5. For a total of 12. Gotta remember what the actual total is. Oofed. Guess this is gonna be quite a long snake line that we're gonna have trailing behind us by the end of this. Not sure if I want to go up here actually, because there's the freaking spooters in the way. Right until I guess we could get a little bit of a... Hold on, don't... Shit, too late. I'm gonna say get a little bit more trash experience. At least so we can get that much more, that much stronger from reading these guys, and maybe eventually get to the point where we can get them to ignore us completely because of the level difference, but... I guess it doesn't make much of a difference at any rate. So we need to be, I'm pretty sure, at least 6 levels higher than an enemy for them to ignore us. I'll just pop these things, there's no reason not to at this point. There we go. I could also try to sneak past this pod, but I'll just try to do this and see what happens. There we go. Did not even register. Ooh. Let's go further in this direction before we engage with whatever we just did. Oh god, there's a bunch of bats. And the bats are actually higher level, so let's try to be cautious against these guys, I guess. We do have a very high party meter, so I think we're relatively safe. Rather not risk too much here. Indeed, I concur.
Things are going to plan.
Alright, I would like to not have to pop more of these, and I guess I won't have to. I mean, that bang is almost dead. Where's that bang? Oh, it died before I could target it. Never mind. Now I just wait for the rest of my minions here to finish off the ground enemies, and we are done.
Nice job.
Just land all light. Something I do like about this version of the game is that if you have like one of those treasure dialogues open from opening a chest, doesn't interrupt the like post-battle dialogue for the characters, because that did happen in the original version. At least on the Wii. I'm not sure if it happened also in the 3DS version, because I never played that one, but I do like that they changed that. There's actually a lot of small quality of life changes that don't necessarily notice. Oh boy, big boy. You don't necessarily notice unless you're familiar with the older versions of this, that I appreciate a lot, like, you know, that thing that I just mentioned with the dialogue, and just the fact that the available quests show up on the big map, which is a pretty big difference to me, because it's so much easier to find them that way. And also stuff like the fact that there's no longer a limit for how many like blue shiny items you can carry and how many monster drop materials you can carry. That was a huge pain to deal with in the original game, but I mean something that's still kind of a pain to deal with in this version is all the crystals, so shit. All Shulk died, but I guess we managed. I don't think we need to take a break. I think you just need to draw less aggro, I guess, because I'm pretty sure the tank was supposed to be drawing all the aggro there, but I don't know what happened. I guess we do have to come this way, though. Pillar and all. Okay, so we do get a new thing, a new landmark for coming up here, so we can now teleport to the top of the hill. Get skeeters. Let's just see if we can... Oh my god, hold on. We can actually make a beeline for the plot thing right now, because, like I said, pretty sure I'm gonna be wanting to bring this to a close in just a little bit here. Oh fuck. Well, how can we say no to this? It's another Cloudwing, this time it's a jungle Cloudwing. Excuse me just a moment. I do see that Deltwitch has redeemed another hydrate, which I'll be redeeming in just a second, but before I do so, let me, I guess, get myself in the point where I can just sit back and do nothing, which is after popping this move, if the monster's not dead by then. Never mind, didn't have a chance to, so I'll do it now, I guess. Hold on. Let's grab the floppy crest from that thing, and then I will take a drink. And there we go. Thank you for the hydration, Lambda. Ooh. If we can get out of this place without aggroing more of these dudes. Is that, of course there's gonna be a rogue over here that aggroes on sight. That's giving me freaking flashbacks to the rogue in the Bionis leg that's between the Windy Valley and the place underneath the guidepost where the Pokeballs are. I don't know what that enemy is, but like the specific name of that enemy, but I don't remember. It's like a rogue, but and it was the freaking bane of my existence the first time I played through the vanilla game, because it's like I want to get from, you know, point A to point B here, but every single time it would invariably see me and chase me and one-shot me, because it's like you're supposed to be like level 20, 30 something when you go through that area the first time, and that thing's like level 70 or something, so I wish I could try actually fighting one of these things so we can have a bit of a symbolic revenge. Let's grab this thing, and we will...
Now you shall witness our power. Power dead upon Brunene.
We will face our destiny, I guess. Let's actually get these fuckers to come over here so we can, you know, lure the monster over here too. Hey, idiots, come here so we can, you know, the freaking chest that the monster drops isn't just gonna fall into the abyss. There we go. See, that's another quality of life thing that they added in this version. I'm pretty sure that is a big help for flying enemies and junk. Like, yeah, maybe you want to lure it to not be right on the freaking edge of the abyss, so you can have a more convenient positioning for your position-based arts and just not losing the chest, because I still remember. That made me remember something else from my experience the first time going through the vanilla game. That's one of the unique monsters that you fight on the... We'll look at that later. One of the unique monsters that you fight while going through the prison island the second time is like this, one of the manta ray monsters. And
I have become stronger.
it is one of the seal islands from the original Eritzy. There you go. And you basically fight that thing on a bridge, and that bridge has like a couple of raised platforms, basically, ledges on the side, on either side, and I remember distinctly the first time I managed to beat that unique monster, I was cock-blocked out of getting the chest, the golden chest that it drops, because it fell on one of those ledges, and there's no way to get up there, they're too high. So I just had to eat it and freaking wait for another one to spawn to actually get the rewards from that, which sucks, but I guess we can actually actively try to avoid that now with the positioning battle party commands. Omnivore Lexus, hold on a second. You got told about this dude from another one of the characters, right? Pretty sure. Doesn't look like it's gonna be that, that much of a pain to kill, at least. Let me see if I, okay, I was wondering if I did that, with that, in that direction, if I was gonna end up jumping off the ledge here, but I guess it did happen. Alrighty then. Galacross 7, oh goodness, faded ID tag. So, I guess that was kind of a unique monster, and maybe it didn't drop a chest, but doesn't matter. Oh, here we go, there's guess we're getting this and then dying, probably. Or not, it just barely managed to not die, but we also got a hoverstone, what do you know? That horrible bone-crunching fall was actually a blessing in disguise all along. Alright, let's... it's probably gonna be super anticlimactic, but... let's actually get to the top of this thing and get the plot scene, and that's probably where I'll call it for now. Let me see if I've been pinged yet for the thing that I'm expecting, because I do, in fact... Hold on a second. I have the streamer mode active in Discord, which means that I don't actually get notified for pings visibly. No, apparently not yet.
Why would all those Telethia be gathering here in one place?
Let's look at this.
Sparta, over here!
Huh?
What is it?
The transporter is running.
So it is.
But how?
Maybe somebody activated it.
In any case, we can't afford to dally here.
Agreed. Let's go.
Well, we could go there, or... you know what, why not? Let's look at this seal thing, which doesn't serve any purpose anymore, I guess, in this mode. Let's see what happens if we try to teleport into Alchemoth. Probably gonna get another scene, it's probably not gonna be like the be-all end-all of this, but let me move the clock, because I think the novelty of having it there is worn off. It's kind of in the way now. Now it's above the freaking, that meter, the party meter. Alchemoth is still in ruins, but I guess maybe it's still kind of populated by Telethia. They didn't all move out after the Bionis fell, maybe. Oh, there's another freaking one there. Oh, that's what it looks like now. The freaking Bionis just fell into the sea, and now there's just like 2 big chunks of land floating above it. Didn't even see that before.
It's good to be back.
Home of Miss Melly needs some weeding. Housekeeping been slacking off.
Very true. we'll have our work cut out for us. What is it?
Look up there.
What is that thing?
Look like hole in sky.
That's simply impossible.
This world is still in its early days. That could explain the instability. That, or it's still being reborn.
Does that really explain this?
It could do.
That Fog King creature. Is it from...
It's a possibility.
In that case, it may well be lurking nearby. Let's stay together and keep a close lookout.
King of Fog not scary to Kino. Kino, how about turn around and toe to face? Bye-bye! Gotcha! Little joke there. Nay, big meanie! Mama?
A child's voice. Where?
Up there!
Oh no. Thought that the initial assumption that they would be going further is that this weird rip in the world is gonna be the fucking itself, but... Let's talk to... Oh god, that voice. Dry first. Highly extrovertified. Oh. I'd bring friends around these parts secretly follow bird people from far away to near away. And a bunch of bird people feathers. Oh boy. One simple reason. Dry make winged head hat and become bird person all own self. Somehow. Now apparently, even though Amelia has them naturally, she's still not Entia enough to just be forcibly turned back into a Telethia with an ether overdose, or however that worked. Become bird person for sake of Dry. Is that really what we're doing? So, once feathers. Malkamoth. Alright, let's... Still have not been pinged for that other thing that I was expecting, so I guess we can go for a bit longer. Yes, it would be a bit egregious to get this scene and get this music playing and not just immediately go to check out whatever that thing is that the game wants me to check out, but yeah, apparently I can warp back to the Bionic Shoulder Valley, so I can literally do whatever I want right now. Can't believe the escalator isn't working anymore. Guess I'll continue to do this while keeping an eye on this. Ooh. Malvika Road, we get to rediscover Malvika Road. Is that the fucking... Is it literally just some kind of a bird with dimensional anomalies or something? Let's see. Just like that.
The child is in danger. Quickly! Are you all right, child? Wait, Teelan.
Ah, Miss Melia. You too, Shulk? How did you...
We can talk later.
It covered in black fluffy mist. So that scary King of Fog?
Yeah, maybe so.
Let's give it our all.
I guess Teelan was a character in the vanilla game. I don't remember exactly what his deal is, but Snowball Towers, well... actually, let's summon these three. Oh, it's taking damage, but... So we'll see exactly what happens here. Oh boy. Apparently this time, you know, not trying over there is actually doing quite well at retaining the aggro. I said right before that happened. Well, that's pretty typical. I can't believe more of these burb enemies aren't actually vulnerable to being toppled. Can't believe that, you know, the thing that's basically half of Melio's gimmick can't actually be used against this guy. Well, that was too easy to be an actual plot boss, I guess, even though. I have the feeling there might be a bit more to this, or else the whole unique appearance gimmick wouldn't really be meaningful.
Tinglefog all cleared up.
We can only hope. Look! The rift!
It's... Oh no! Look out!
That beam!
What about it, Shulk?
That was the same attack that brought down the junks.
Then that would mean...
The rip itself is the monster like I thought, or no, I guess it's just gonna dump out the monster now.
It looks like we found our Fog King.
Yes, I would have to agree. What now, Shulk?
We might as well try. Nay, nay.
Understand.
So what could possibly wonder? What could possibly go wrong? Try to fight the Fog King and you'll see what it means to try to say Fog King really fast, I guess. Well, I guess it dispersed, but come on. Haven't you seen the movie Ghost Rider, where apparently the way you do deal with incorporeal monsters is by getting them into
Just as Maxis said then.
a space where all things that are at least
That would seem wise.
somewhat reliant on matter are fully calcinated. I get the feeling we're gonna have to actually take a step back here before we can... whatever that is. And oh Goji, I sure hope it doesn't have anything to do with something from like Xenoblade 2, because that's a game that I haven't touched yet, even though well, that's entirely true. A game that I haven't played yet at all, but I did technically test it out very, very briefly, because I did get it recently, because I want to play it on the stream soon. We will be doing that after I finish my 1000-Year Door playthrough.
Those things can't follow us all the way out here.
I basically know nothing about it at this point, so
And you're certain of that?
I hope this doesn't expect me to.
Sure, the Telethia will keep us safe.
The Telethia will?
Well, that's what Radsum said. Though, I don't think they realize it themselves.
Ah. Right. Your mother was one of the affected.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't thanked you yet. Thanks a million for saving me back there.
Why were you alone in such a place? You could have been hurt.
Sorry, miss.
He get told? Pipe down, not obvious.
I snuck in to gather research material. But then I tripped over some rubble and,
And that's when you were spotted, huh? Were you the one who activated the transporter?
Yeah, I was given special permission, so I could conduct my research. That said, I normally don't go anywhere without Big Sis.
You have a sister.
Well, we're not actually related. We've just been living here together.
If I remember correctly, you wanted to transform Telethia back.
Yeah. Oh, hey! My lab's over on the far end of Zen's thoroughfare. You want to come with? We can talk more there. where it's safe.
Honestly, I don't remember what he was trying to do.
Not
Yes, I do
around this
remember
way.
him being
We still don't understand the Fog King.
a dude that you have to talk to in Earthsea.
Maybe the Telethia are connected to all this.
I guess it is
King's
connected
research
to
helps make sense of it all.
Telethia, though.
Indeed.
The thing that attacked... Ah, you mean the fog beast?
Fog Beast? Is that what you've been calling them around here?
Fog beasts always appear around the Fog King, so the name seemed appropriate.
Makes sense.
Right, I'll be going on ahead.
You won't be guiding us on the way?
I need to clean up, else there won't be anywhere to stand. All right, see you.
Hey, wait!
Shulk's jacket changed color, or his shirt, because I thought he had some red on him, but it's all black now.
What is it about science boffins? Always doing whatever they please.
Science boffins.
He got told. He probably have it coming.
Thrice damned fools.
And of course, who could have guessed that this guy
The will of the divine.
turned out to be a bad guy? He was so sympathetic, I never could have seen it coming. But yeah, funnily enough, I'm pretty sure the only other place that I've heard the word boffin used in any context really is... what the fuck? We can get more arts manuals. I can remind there might be a bit more to this than I thought. But I'm pretty sure the only other fog beasts, I guess those are also like unique monsters. Let me finish reading these first. Should already be in a possession. Okay. So we should only have one right now, I guess, because we only beat one unique monster so far. Looks like the fog beasts are gonna be pretty normal enemies, though, if they're anything like the one that we just killed, but... I guess this seems like a good place to, well, let me see what happens if I try to, like, warp back into Alchema. Let me... Yep, it sure does, apparently. Well, I guess while this is loading, I might as well finish my thought that I forced to interrupt myself. But yes, I'm pretty sure the only other place that I've heard the word boffin used in any context was, funnily enough, in the movie, the Aardman movie of the pirates in an adventure with scientists, and pretty sure that in that context, it's kind of funny that it should be said by Jenna Coleman in this context, because in that context it was being said in reference to a character that was voiced by David Tennant, so make of that what you will. Also, do not misinterpret me making that statement. Classic Doctor Who is still miles better than new Doctor Who. I will die on that hill. But yeah, I think this is pretty much gonna be, you know, having said that, that's like the perfect segue to... I think this is pretty much going to be a good place to leave things off for now. At least we managed to reach a pretty good point to do that. Better than the one that I was thinking of, which is like right before getting to Alchemath. Because I finally got pinged for the thing that I was expecting, so... Guess I'm just gonna stay right here, talk to the dude, gonna have to explore... I guess we know where all the freaking feathers are, but we'll get those later. Gonna stand right here in front of the dude that wants us to find those things, and we'll create the save data, which is just for about 3 hours playtime right now. There you go. And, I guess there's a view tutorials casual mode. So you can also turn on casual mode for this bonus episode, I guess, but can't turn on the other kind of extra mode, which is the, I don't know, hard mode, expert mode. The one that lets you ration out the experience, like in Valkyrie Profile. But we're not gonna use either of those, I think. I don't think I've wanted to use either of them in the vanilla game, honestly. Yeah, well, this is fine. Well, we need to save again after we've looked at those things, clearly. So there we go. 1 more minute on the clock, and I think that's where we'll go ahead and leave things off for now. So like I said, I think I'll come back to this here thing tomorrow. Even though tomorrow, if I do stream it, I'll probably be starting a little bit closer to this time. But, well, for now, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and pop the, this thing, so that it's all I can get that off and get the stream playlist back. Let's see what we got. Lovely holy, maybe not right now, or this. God, why am I second guessing myself so much? I'll just go with whatever this is. Sure, this will do. This is from Defender's Quest. I'll switch over to the end of stream thing. And let's see if there's like anyone alive that I want to, would want to do a quick raid at, because I'm actually doing quite well today in that regard, it seems. Because I might as well take this opportunity to do the shield stuff that I usually forget to do, because there's not a point to most of the time, but yeah. If you've been enjoying the stream and you haven't already, please consider following the channel. And if you would like to, we do have a Discord that you can hang out in off stream. It's kind of sleepy, but I've been trying to be a bit more active on that recently and just respond to anything I bring up there. So that would be cool. And my little spiel that I usually do at the end of this, which I will do today, which is, you'll take it easy. Thank you everybody for coming like always. Thanks for chatting. Always great whenever people chat. And like I said, if you would be willing to stick around for just a moment longer, I think I might try throwing a raid at somebody. People that I know. On right now, let me see. There's Spirit64 playing Super Mario Sunshine. There is Minish Cat playing Majora's Mask Randomizer, which is another game that I'm playing on stream currently, but that I will be finishing soon. At least this run of it. So Sabitonic playing Splatoon 2. There's Lift Train playing Jigsaw. Which might be actual Jigsaw, because there's no category, not sure. I think I'm gonna try throwing a quick raid at Mr. Spirit64, who is playing Super Mario Sunshine. I think he's also got a channel with a little bit of a retro focus. Let's see, how do I do this? And from what I have seen, it is quite a chill time. Quite a chill stream, so hopefully you will be able to join me for that. I don't really have a specific raid message, but you can do whatever, you can do whatever emotes you want, or you can do nothing if you choose to. It's a prerogative that I'm not going to take away from you or pretend that I'm able to, but at any rate, I would appreciate if you would join me for that. So once again, just to close this out, I will say once more, I guess just to recap, I'm probably going to come back to this, the Xenoblade bonus episode tomorrow. At more or less around this time, or just starting around the same time actually, maybe like an hour later than I started today, but I'll be doing that, then probably finishing the Majora's Mask Randomizer on Tuesday, and continuing with Paper Mario Thousand Year Door on Wednesday, and probably doing something completely different on Thursday. I haven't decided what yet. Guess I'll figure it out, but for now, that's what's on the horizon. You'll take it easy, and I will see you later.